Hey guys! So, before we officially begin, I have to mention a few things. First off, I've technically streamed this game already. I've also actually beaten this version of the game at least already on my own time. Now, the problem was when I first streamed this game, it unfortunately was not playing any of the animations, and I had not realized until after I streamed it twice. So I kind of felt like crap about that, but I figured, oh well, I guess the game will go into obscurity. But then, Act 2 came out, and I really wanted to stream that too, because this game is really just a delightful game, honestly. I highly recommend a playthrough of it, even though watching me play may actually get you all the answers you need out of this. There's still a couple things you could do differently, or just mess around with things and all. But yeah, so with the Hiveswap Act 2 coming out, I wanted to stream this all the way through, and that's what we're going to do. It has been a couple years since I've actually beaten the game too, so, actually more than a couple. So, the good news is that when I play through this, some of my reactions will be more like, oh, I remember that, or oh, I don't remember that. So, we have that to look forward to. I'll also be trying to voice the characters, since this does not have any voice acting, so expect some really bad imitations and interpretations on my part. But with that said, let's start a new game. Alright. Starting off with this animation. Playing with a dog. That's suspicious. Oh, cute doggy. Uh-oh. The music's so good. Your name is... Sorry, you're gonna need a minute. Okay, you gave yourself a minute to freak out. Because of the monster. The thing with all the legs and teeth. The one you barely got away from. Minute's up, though. You take a deep breath, let the uncertainty slip away into the toothy, arm-waggling darkness, and focus on what you know. Your name is Joey Clare. You live just outside the town of Hauntswitch. You are, in no particular order, a puzzle solver, a semi-orphan, a dancer of multiple schools, an aspiring veterinarian, and a big sister. Speaking of, that monster, the one that barely missed eating you alive, only you're not thinking about that right now, it might be headed back outside where your little brother is. You've got to warn him. Well, let's see. Alright, it's a literal point-and-click adventure. In order to move, I have to press where I want to go. Let's take a look around. Okay, you select that and you can look at things. This should be pretty safe on the shelf, which is the point of shelves, you suppose. That's the same. I have nothing in my inventory. X, I assume, leaves. I could save, return, etc. Those are all very nice options, I think. All games should come with it. And question mark. The hint function is currently disabled. It won't do any good to try to use it for now. Alright. We're still looking at that. Let's take a look at everything here. You try to remember if Clarissa ever got in any jams like this. You have so much in common. Annoying little brother, computer in your room, second-story bedroom, As much as you hate to admit it, Clarissa's life deviates from yours on a number of vertices. Her parents were around. She had a cool friend who was a boy, but not her boyfriend. No monsters in the yard, etc. Ah, yeah, Clarissa explains it all. That was a fun show to watch. Is that still gonna say Clarissa? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, I was thinking if there's anything different. Your babysitter got you this Junior Veterinarian's Med Kit. It's kind of important to you, so you think you'll leave it here for now. It would really bust you up if something happened to it. This is a raised and cushioned platform where you spend several hours every day unconscious and hallucinating, usually while the majority of the other people on the continent are also doing the same thing. Is that the same? Yes. Well, thank you for defining a bed. That's a great way to define one. We're just going to look at everything that we can observe, because honestly, that's a lot of the charm of point-and-click adventures. And this particular one. It's easy to make your very own cake, or something like that. You were really excited to get this for your birthday last year, but you ran out of the baking stuff pretty quick. You could use regular sugar and flour or whatever, but it's not like you have those things sitting around. Who does, honestly? People with moms, you guess. So that's her Easy Bake Oven. Your babysitter gave you this for your birthday. Joey, she said. This wizard's the best. He lives in this little wizardy orb just swimming in spells and glitter. He'll protect you. Look, he's doing it right now. Your babysitter loves wizards, obviously. She's pretty great. We got some books here. You got more pressing concerns right now than the book report you have to hand in on Monday. Besides, none of these books are appropriate choices for a book report, according to your teachers. Your teachers seem oddly fixated on award-winning books where beloved dogs are introduced and inevitably die. You kind of hate your teachers sometimes. Oh, old Yeller. Ugh. What's this? Along with ballet, you also study tap dancing. You haven't decided which you prefer. Ballet is fun, but tap's also fun, in a different kind of way. You have considered blending the two, wearing one tap shoe and one ballet shoe at the same time, but decided to fully master both and earn the respect of your teachers before unveiling your boundary-shattering ballap style to the to the world. Alright, well, may as well equip it. You add the tap dance able tech to your technique. Techniche? Yep, those are the words that refer to those concepts. You learned them literally just now. These will help if there's anything you need to shake up, or shake off, or if you're just in the mood to shake it. Awesome. Also, let's see what happens if I hit bake. You're out of the baking stuff. You're not too busted up about it, though. You're pretty tough. Tissues, ballerina. Any of these stickers matter? No. Ballerina. Mom won this award around the same age as you for being the best at ballet. It's pretty. How about these books? You got more pressing concerns in a book report. You hate your teacher. So all books are involved with that. Alright. Let's see. Light. Oh, that helps so much more. Oh, hey! I know what that is. Look. Puppy Surprise is having puppies. How many? That's a surprise. Puppy surprise, puppy surprise. I actually remember that commercial. Whenever you look at this thing, the song from that commercial runs through your head like a snake monster on an autumn afternoon. It's a great place to stash your keepsakes, where they stay as safe as a teen hiding in her bedroom from a snake monster. Let's search. You reach inside the expectant plush canine, and Puppy Surprise is having puppies. She actually came with 5 puppies, but you gave 2 away to make room for other stuff. You didn't know anybody who got 5. Some kid from school got 4 in hers, and she wouldn't shut up about it for a week. You're not one to brag, but yeah. You walked with a little spring in your step for a while after birthing that quintet of pups. Maybe you 5 puppy people are just cut from a different cloth. I remember this toy. My cousin had this, and she was one of those lucky few that got 5 from it. Alright, well, I see keys. What's this? Ah, yes, no one would ever think to look for your precious diary key inside a plush mother dog, least of all your brother, who was upset he didn't get one of the puppies. Jude can be pretty melodramatic. Speaking of precious keys, there's also a beautiful old trinket that used to belong to your mom. You have no idea what it is, but looking at it reminds you of her. Honestly, you're not sure you'd be comfortable leaving it here with everything that's going on. Let's get it. You got the diary key from its plush hiding womb. While you're at it, you think you should keep this beautiful heirloom of your mom's close. Just a feeling. A deep, inexplicable, impossible to ignore feeling. Let's search it again. You're inside, surprised having puppies. I just want to see if there's anything else to be said. Also, this image out of context could be kind of weird as fuck. And I'm hoping that when Twitch is like doing those random thumbnails, people will see this and be like, "What the fuck is that?" Actually, you know, if I put this on YouTube, I totally want to make that our thumbnail because that'd be hilarious. Let's see if I remember to though. Let's see. Now that we can see more. Nah, it won't let me observe anything else. There's something on this side, but we got posters. These posters, they resonate so powerfully with the very core of your being. The animals, the magic, the power. They whisper to you in your dreams secrets of a better world on the other side of the stars. Including the kitty one? They're all the same? Okay. How about the calendar? It's the 11th of November. Today started off just like any other day, with another sunrise and the sound of songbirds going wild, hog wild out there in the trees. But their songs have all but stopped. And now there's something else going hog wild out there. You don't know what it is, but it ain't birds, and it sure as heck ain't hogs. Let's mark it, I guess. You've already marked today's date as part of your daily routine. If anyone claims that you didn't exist on the date of November 10th, 1994, you can shove a big red X right in their face and prove them wrong. So, it is 1994. Gotcha. Those are some references on that calendar there. Yep, some references. I wonder... the door to your, possibly, snake monster occupied hallway. You really need to let Jude know that monster might be coming after him. It's only observing at the moment. It makes sense. I was just curious to say, why would I go out here? There's crazy shit going on here or something. Oh, look at this. Your walkie-talkie, half a set. Your brother has the other one. Could come in handy. Let's get it. Feels a little light. Uh-oh. Yep, no batteries. You remember cannibalizing the walkie-talkie when something else needed them, but you can't recall exactly what that something else was. Well, we also got... Here. This is where you keep your clothes. You consider your fashion statement to be fun and comfortable, and try to model yourself on Clarissa. Clarissa. She really does explain quite a few things, except, of course, precisely where she gets her clothes and how she manages to look great all the time. Well, why don't we change it to something? You could try on some new clothes, but what's a style montage without at least one party offering compulsory reaction shots for each outfit? Who's going to give you an affirming head nod when you finally nail it? These are important things to consider before you carelessly plunge headlong into a style montage. This is very true. What about up here? Is this the same? Oh, okay, all of that's the same. Got it. We got our desk, we got books, we got this weird thing. This is Sir Bappy Pawswater, your beloved Manthro chap. You tend to his fussy whims and needs when you trouble to imagine what they might be. What a daring dream, to combine the finest qualities of the animal kingdom with the nobility of humanimals. Wait, you mean humanity? Anyway, Sir Bappy Pawswater will have to tend his own fussy whims and needs for a while. You've got a lot of crap on your plate right now. Alright, why don't we go ahead and look around. Poster! One day you hope to be a veterinarian. Then you could be the one caring for fuzzy-faced baby critters. So when someone catches you in the act of snuggling them all and tells you to take a hike, you can flash your vet badge and say you're here on professional medical business. Then they'll have to take the hike, not you. Is that for all of them? Yes. Okay. What about our computer? Your modem always makes a mighty racket logging on. Probably not worth riling up any hallway snakes to surf your sites right now. It's not like there's much new to see anyway. You're sure that Jude would have let you know if anyone in your web ring had updated their sites. Yep, the 90s, when web rings were a thing. Ooh, there's stuff going on out there. Yeah, there's some creepy shit going on. Also, what's that? Yikes! More of them? Gentrification is a real monster. Blistering social commentary aside, you sincerely hope you and your brother aren't killed and eaten by these eyeless horrors. That's the same... Nothing to view there. What's this? It'd be nice if those monsters were as weirded out by that weird skull fountain as you are. Unfortunately, that thing is probably monster chic. Poor puppy. If that icky, snaky thing hurt her, well, you'd use your budding veterinarian skills to patch her up and make it all better. But you'd also be very angry. Right now, she doesn't seem to want to come out of her doghouse. You don't blame her. Remember when you were raking those leaves? Your dog knocked Jude over and you laughed and then everything turned to monsters. Ah, memories. Anyway, is there any other stuff that we can observe? Oh, what's this? You eye those bushes suspiciously, but you don't see anything else popping out of them. Yet. Can I... Oh, I actually did click it, but I clicked too hard. The sun has just set, making for a glorious autumn eve. As such, autumnal evening glory radiates from the heavens, kissing the clouds on its way down to earth. Stupid clouds, all untouchable and ephemeral and stuff. I've only heard that word. I haven't really seen it written. All right, I think. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh, no, that's the same. Anything else? All right, let's go ahead and do the obvious here. You briefly muse on the metaphorical significance of the flashing light. What could it represent? The past? The future? America? It's your stupid brother. You need to get in touch with him. Looks like Jude scurried up to his treehouse to get away from that thing, unsurprisingly. He acts like it's like his mission control room up there, as if a goofy kid legitimately has any secret business of that sort. Outrageous. You're not allowed up there, he says, to which you reply, you'd rather step on a rake than set foot in his rickety little nerd hut. You school him so often, you really should be pulling in a teacher's salary. Alright, that should be enough. Why don't we take a look around here? We've already saw Mr. Bappy. That just takes me back out there. I was wondering if we could look out the window in different ways. Alright, we got more posters. Some of these are references to, well, real things, and then some are references to, I believe, home stuff. What's this? The bounty hunter's advice for dealing with monsters would probably be to shoot them. Or change your shape. Or both at once. She's cool, but pretty difficult to emulate. Oh, cool, we can actually go through each of these posters instead of them getting grouped up. Star Avenue Ginger Rogers. Ginger Rogers? Gosh, she's really something. The greatest tap dancer who's ever clattered gracefully across the screen. Probably? No, wait, definitely. And still kicking. Maybe back in 1994. Oh god. What could possibly go wrong? That's what Bubsy would say if he were here. He'd never stop saying it. You'd hear it in your head forever, echoing like screams echo across still water. Second Mom. This game is only available in Japan, but there's this kid at school who says his uncle works at a games company, and he says he gets to play all sorts of secret games before they even come out here. He runs off at the mouth like he has all this insider information and sources inside the game companies, but honestly, you'd think he's just desperate for attention. I think I made that lie once when I was younger. You tend to ignore him and focus on more pleasant things, like this super cool poster. Second Mom rules. Alright, I'm not sure which one this is. You love Block Hustle, the game of descending columns that disappear as lines are filled, but, you can only find a poster of the American box art. Alright, what about the story that keeps happening? Instead of Neverending Story. The story keeps happening. The story keeps happening! Just look at that childlike empress. She sure looks pretty pleased with herself for someone who's only in the movie for about 5 minutes. Hot Steppin'. I'm sure that's probably Dirty Dancing or something. Hot Steppin'. You don't really perform the styles of dance that make this movie such a pulse-pounding barn burner of a smash hit, but you'd certainly like to someday. Oh, Canadian Campfire Spookums instead of Are You Afraid of the Dark? There's a lot of this that I've forgotten. Like I said, I've beaten and played this game, but there's a lot I've forgotten. Canadian Campfire Spookums is the best. It's about these kids who get together in the woods every week, and one of them throws some dust in a fire, and then they tell a scary story, and that scary story is the episode. I guess you kind of focus more on the framing narrative than you did on the stories, but whatever. It's the best, just like he said. It brings up a lot of questions of where the hell they are and why their parents aren't worried about them, though. Acorn's Shadow. Acorn's Shadow is surprisingly dark for a show about a group of horse friends. It canters down some troubling psychological roads. I'm sure that's a pony reference, but I'm not quite sure. And I can't read this one. Magical Animal Companion Heel Rescue is your favorite Japanimation. It's about this girl, Shika, who goes to school sometimes and has a regular life. Boring, yeah. But whenever a magical animal has been hurt, Shika becomes Princess Shika and rides her dear companion to go heal them. That's the whole thing. It's great. No fighting, just healing. You'll love it. I assume it's something like either Rainbow Bright or Sailor Moon. One of those two, I'd assume. Probably more like Sailor Moon-ish. But it's one of those shows that they didn't reference for real, so... Alright, we got Hungry Hippos... What's this? A prodigious collection of titles for your console's hungry cartridge-shaped mouth. All the best ones are there. Well, all the ones you happen to own are there. You can spend all day listing them. There's Bubsy, there's... Mentioning Bubsy makes you feel a little queasy, so you think you'll stop there. You might go lie down a bit, actually, for a bit, actually. Is this the same? No, it's not. You love your video game console. You're a computer games enthusiast at heart, but you can't help but enjoy the tactile? Or is it tactile? Tactile. Tactile sensation of a controller in your hand as you fight evil and save animals and etc. Lots of etc. I love the etc. I assume this is the same... Yes, okay. What about the TV? Oh god, it's Bubsy. Oh, that's more than enough of that. Is that the same what happens if I hit play? You just saved before fighting the final boss, which means you'll need to budget several hours to fight through its various forms and anti-forms and transformations and... Look, you've got a lot on your plate right now. I actually can relate to that. Alright, we did that. I think this will zoom in if I go over there. Let's see. The goal of this game is to get 4 of your colored circles in a row before your opponent, who's trying to do the same. You can also theoretically connect 5 if you're kind of a showy jerk. I've done that. I've been the showy jerk. Looks like Red's about to win, though, unless Black goes next. Anyway, let's take a look. That little girl there, she's destined for big things. Big hopes, big fears, big worries, big lonelinesses. Now hold on, pull yourself together. What would your mom say if she knew you were thinking like that? You really wish you knew. Since she's been gone, you've seen less and less of Pa over the years. Guess he's had greener pastures to move on to, or bluer beauties. That's a reference. Oh, I wanted her to comment on the pen. Alright. Let's first look. You usually don't have much to record in here on account of your humdrum life you lead, but you think today will be a different story. Maybe you should take a moment to record a note now, just in case this is your last chance to set down your final words before your tragic demise at the hand of that horrible snaky thing. Let's write. It's locked! If you wish to gain access to your long-buried or recently buried secrets, you have to use the diary key. Diary key. Go! You unlock and open your diary. Nice. Juicy secrets. Here you come. Except they're just your boring secrets, so you don't care. Let's first look inside. You usually don't... darn it. Okay, fine, I'll write. Maybe something from your past will shed some light on today's terror mysteries. Some little detail mentioned offhand and forgotten. The key sticking off a casual cascade of connections that terminates in a catastrophe of snake monsters. April 13th, 1994. Dear Diary. Ho hum, nothing much happened today. I tried to make some new friends at school, to maybe expand our social circle beyond just me and Jude's friends all the time. Wait, is it weird to call my brother's friends my social circle? Ah well, you know what I mean, Diary. I just don't have any friends I can really call mine, so I'm trying to branch out. Guess it's better than calling them my web ring. The kids at school are jerks, though, and they called me a poser when I tried to talk to them about games I like and stuff. between you and me, I think a bunch of the kids at school might be evil? Jeez, now I'm sounding all paranoid like my brother. They're just up to no good. I can feel it. Joey. June 12th, 1994. Dear Diary. Woo! First day of summer vacation. I can't wait to get a break from all those clowns at school. Sometimes I think what I really need is a vacation from humanity. Joey. I assume, though, like, her poser thing that they were calling her is based on the fact that back then, girls playing video games was almost unheard of. It was more like, oh yeah, my friend that's a girl, she plays a couple games, but she sucks because she's a girl, so yeah, it had that whole sexist vibe back then. I know it, I lived through it. Not that I was a girl and I suffered from that, I just know that that's what a lot of people thought. I just was happy when anyone played with me, whether they were a guy or a girl, because most people I played with were not into video games, so... Well, yeah, most of my friends, anyway, were not. Though I could get them into video games, they never stick. Alright, enough of my remembering. October 25th, 1994. Dear Diary, I can't believe I haven't recorded an entry since the beginning of last summer. Needless to say, I've been back to school for a while now. Next summer can't come soon enough. Sad face. I came home to a drunk babysitter again today. Sure is some quality adult supervision we youngsters are getting around here. She means well enough, though. Haven't heard from Pa in weeks. Last we saw of him, he popped in the house to drop off more stupid mummies and globes or whatever, then skipped off to go on more adventures. What a bozo. Also, how lame is it that he made us call him Pa instead of Dad while we were growing up? I miss Mom. If this is to be the last entry in your diary, then by gum, you're going to scare the bejesus out of whoever finds it once you're a snake chow. November 11th, 1994. Dear Diary, forgive my hasty and nervous scribbling. I'm kind of scared, but maybe also a bit excited? Anyway, I can't talk much now. There's a sly and cunning monster on the prowl, possibly hungry for kid meat too. So I've got to... Okay, I don't have a darn clue of what I have to do, but I'll fill you in later once I do it. Joey. Satisfied you've done your duty vis-a-vis posterity in case the worst should happen, you relock your diary and hide the key again. Safe and sound. Alright, that wasted time. I assume I had to do that anyway, though. Let's see. You really like this poster, but you can't really say why. It's pretty, and you like the expression on the ballerina's face. You wonder if this is what it's like when adults go to museums to look at actual art. I hope so. Let's appreciate it. Give it a good hard stare. Yeah, you're appreciating the heck out of this art. It would be difficult, if not impossible, for anyone to appreciate it more. Cool. We have actively appreciated the art. Now that we have, let's see. Let's look. You really get a charge out of this game. It's kind of bossy, though. Simon. Can't do that. I know I am supposed to go after that, but it looks like that's what I have to do. Oh, God. Oh, right. That's where you put the walkie-talkie batteries. You'll just take them back out. Okay, one more game for old time's sake first. Jude's probably fine. Okay, I suck at Simon, but let's go. Yellow. Yellow. Okay. Yellow. Red. Okay. Yellow, red, green. Oh, looks like the green button isn't working. Well, nostalgia satisfied. Might as well scavenge the batteries. Oh, thank God. Once it gets past 5, I start fucking up. I assume I got... Oh, I do have the batteries. Okay, good. Can we close the door? We cannot. Okay. Well, we got our batteries. We can go ahead and combine batteries with walkie-talkie. Success! The walkie-talkie works like a charm now. A charm with battery power. You feel pretty pleased with yourself. It would seem you just solved your first puzzle of many on what is sure to be a sweeping adventure full of mysterious brainbusters. Then again, putting batteries in a thing isn't technically solving a puzzle, you suppose. It is just overcoming a minor inconvenience that you created yourself using mundane, widely available modern technology. You don't care, though. You're counting it. Alright, and it looks like we got mixed messages, and this is where I get to start voicing things and probably breaking my throat. Let's go. Jude, you there? Are you alright? Yes! Been covertly signaling status and requesting yours! Over. You mean the lantern? I don't know Morse code.
Would never use such easily decipherable code. Over. Enemy agents everywhere. Over. Wait, on over. Still unconfirmed. Vis-a-vis your condition following enemy serpent encounter. Over. Please report bite status. How many and how gross? Over.
I'm fine. Not great. Yeah, let's go with not great. Let's tease him. I think last time I was honest, so not great.
I'm not great. A giant snake monster chased me right to my door, and I barely escaped.
Your safety important. Over. Was worried. Over.
That reminds me. After I shut the door on it, I think I heard it clumping off back down the stairs. I don't think you should leave your treehouse anytime soon.
It might be headed back your way.
No plans of leaving current location yard crawling with cryptid vanguard. Over.
Yeah, there's no punctuation, so I'm going to treat it as such. Wait it out then. Cryptid Vanguard. Yeah, let's go ahead and be, like, smarmy with him. Cryptid Vanguard.
Cryptid Vanguard?
Missing big picture, Joey. Over.
Okay, maybe just a little less obtuse then.
Purely defensive posture, tactically suicidal.
I might have misread something there.
Monsters likely just distraction. Could have obscured additional agents on approach. Over.
Yeah, I'm hurting my throat doing that voice, but I'm gonna go with it.
Do you mean like more monsters or?
Can't discuss on unsecured channel. Can't be certain who's listening. But evidence points to Antares class conspiracy cascade. Over.
What? I'll go what? Over. Yeah, let's go with that. That seems smarmy.
What? Over.
Relieved you're taking this seriously. Are you totally prepared to begin forward operations? No going back now, Joey. Over.
I was making fun of you, dweeb. I'm not going anywhere.
Trust crucial on the battlefield, Joey. Hoping presence of monsters has tipped equation away from typical skepticism. Over.
I trust you or trust it for chumps? Yeah, let's go with it.
Trust it for chumps. Tell me what's going on, Jude.
Your current position not secure. Large yard facing windows. Location compromised to enemy. Situation rapidly deteriorating. Must abscond to attic, Joey. Over.
The attic?
Yes, the attic. Strong door. Well stuck with tactical material. Take left out of bedroom. Go upstairs. Highest room in the house. Over.
I know what the attic is, Jude. It was just a weird suggestion. What else is new? More inscrutable rambling from my treehouse lunatic brother?
Don't understand. You sounded confused. Trying to help. Over.
Look, just shut up, okay? I'll sneak up there, lock the door, and you can...
Call our babysitter or call the cops? I don't think cops would work, so let's call our babysitter.
Call our babysitter.
Too late to reach her at lab. Working day long done. Over.
Oh no, you're right.
Agreed on both counts. Babysitter capable, strifer. Could help tip scales. Might also help convince you to get to safety.
Jude, I'm sorry for...
I'm sorry, I said that out of order.
Jude, I'm going to go to the stupid attic, okay? I'm sorry for being mean.
Do you have your weapon? Over.
Sure don't.
Sure don't. Why would I keep that thing around?
Serpents swarming everywhere. Over.
You want me to fight them? With a flashlight?
Don't blame you for being nervous with high concentration of serpent presence. Must be brave. Your brother believes in you and knows you can beat the serpents. Over.
Stop saying serpents.
Do you recall where weapon is? Over.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of options.
Yeah, it's in the closet.
Understood. I'll sit then. Over.
No, I mean the hall closet.
Crap. Over.
Crap over. Oh, I'm immature.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to take your word about all this. You are sure about all this, right?
Absolutely, extremely certain. Over.
Over and out, Squirt.
Oh, thank God. That was ruining my throat. Well, his voice is. I definitely should have chosen a better voice. Let me drink some water real quick, and then we'll move on. All right. Let's go take a look. What happens when we tap the dance? What if you just couldn't stop dancing? That'd be scary, if it didn't describe your life already. Joey Claire, extraordinaire. Okay, well that was fun. Alright, and anything else? Is there anything new that will be observed? He'd better keep himself safe in there. He'd be seriously mad if he got himself hurt trying to help you. Do you have anything new to say now? Yeah, no. Okay, just curious, because sometimes after a significant act, things will change in the, in the dialogue here. So, alright, this is basically set. Let's go to the other side of the room. That was a little fun excursion, I suppose. Let's see. Do we need to go back to Puppy Surprise again, or...? Your secret's safe in the loving belly of a dog. Alright. That still is a disturbing image, like, out of context for people, I assume. Alright, so he wants us to go outside. And I don't see any other way to do it. Anything else to observe, either. Looks like the coast is clear. For now. Better hurry over to the hall closet and retrieve your weapon before that crafty old serpent, snake, can get the drop on you. Oh, we got dialogue.
So I should get my old weapon from the hall closet, then head up the attic, right?
Affirmative. Also, refrain from excess chatter. Over.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Bye.
Good. Could alert monsters. Over.
Yeah, I got it. I'm going. Bye.
Can't be too careful in espionage game, Joey. Silence going. Over.
Jude, shut up.
Oh, God. No.
Remember one time on training mission, couldn't keep my trap shut. Oh boy, really that is in a pickle. Over.
You've never had any training. I'm turning off the walkie. Bye.
Over and click.
Alright. Let's look at our door. That sure is a door. Uh-oh. I can't observe it. Oh, hey. Some of those pictures are a reference. You got, let's see, her brother, her babysitter, her dog, her, and then mom and dad. Okay. The door to your room. Heavily personalized, of course. Jude thinks he's the only one who can nerd up his door, but you showed him too can, and in fact will play at that game. Alright, and that's about it for observing the door. Well, this seems to be the way to the attic. A bunch of stuff that should be moved into the attic. There's some toys here, too, that you don't play with that much anymore. Basically, a pile of useless trash. That's the same weird caterpillar thing. What's this? You're loath to touch it and disturb whatever astronomically improbable equilibrium is at play. Best just to leave it be. Yeah, Slinky in the process and just staying like that is kind of, yeah, improbable, isn't it? A bunch of stuff that should be moved to the attic, the same thing here, okay. Let's first look. On the rare occasions he is home, Hawk can be heard bumping around up here while tending to his hoard of stupid antique trash. Or priceless artifacts, you mean. No, you don't. I assume it won't be easily opened. Yep. It's locked! You need to get in there as soon as you can. You peer through the keyhole. Huh. I feel like a jump scare is about to happen. Oh, thank God. Weird. What the heck was that thing? How long has it been there?
Hey, the attic door's locked.
Cripes! Forgot about that. Tactical blunder on my part. Over.
It's fine. No big deal. Just left the safety of my room to be eaten by monsters in the hallway. You know, because my dorky brother sent me to the safety of the wrong side of a locked door.
Is it not fine? Over.
Jude!
Panic not necessary. Extreme danger possible. However, should acquire weapon at all haste. Will relay key whereabouts upon weapon retrieval. Over.
Fine.
So it is fine. Over. Bye! Over and out.
Love the personalities. Let's look first. The hallway seems spookier from this side. Frankly, you feel a little spookier yourself, just basking in its spooky aura. Okay. Alright, now let's look around at the place here. We got Spinny Thing. It is a globe-like sculpture with an arrow that conveniently alerts you to the location of the ceiling. Ah, so that's where it is. Thank you, globe-like sculpture. Let's spin it. Give it a tap. Wow, look at it go. Well, that was stimulating. Nothing else on this side. Can't observe the... Yeah, can't observe the puppy behind that. What's this? It's your mother's jewelry box, a priceless heirloom of immeasurable sentimental value. Also, there appears to be some of your brother's empty cans of Pringles. Ah, it was showing the whole table. Got it. Let's see. We can observe the art. The light... It was only a clever distraction, masking a secret abduction. Huh. Nope. His friends brought him a special surprise. Jude insisted the terrified horse was being abducted. Your counter-argument completely schooled him. The painting now commemorates your triumph and a particularly spectacular equine nativity. Okay, then. Again, a lot of personality. It's great. This thing's always giving me the creeps, but that didn't stop you from patching it up after Jude accidentally ripped it with an experimental foamless dart. Aw, poor thing. Huh. Well, what's this? From the first and last dart gun war with Jude, Belinda here provides great cover for those who refuse to use firearms, namely you. You try to distract him with your tap dancing, and then stick a dart on him. It didn't work. At all. Her name's Belinda? Okay. And what's this? This gun can shoot a stream of water up to 50 feet away. Too bad you don't use guns. Ah, it's a super soaker. I had a couple of those. Don't use guns. Oh, hello. This lady was just hanging out in her altogether, which, you mean, who are you to judge? Except it made you slightly uncomfortable, so you churched her up a little. You feel kind of silly about it now, but whatever. You were like 8. Yep, so now Naked Lady has clothes. I like the way they deface really good art. I mean, if you're going to deface art, you gotta do it in a good way. Alright, let's go left. Our left, anyway. Alright, we came from here. Let's see, what's this? You're light bright. Hours of fun with the power of hours. No, sorry, with the power of hours. With the number of hours and the degree of fun dependent on the power of your imagination. Which, in your case, means many hours and a lot of fun. I gave up on mine because the paper kept coming out. Let's light it up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's the image on her shirt. That's cool. What happens if I try lighting another one? Ah, kitty or dog or something. Oh, here's Jude's thing, I assume. I'll link to observe his door. Okay. This is the door to your neurotic dork of a brother's maximum security bedroom. He keeps it locked up tight because of all the silly conspiracy work he does in there. You sincerely doubt that you'll be entering this room anytime soon. But really, why would you even want to? It's full of nerd stink and goober crud, not to mention it's where his pet usually lurks. You love all animals, but just saying, that's one you'd rather let Jude deal with. Let's see what happens if I hit open. He always keeps it locked. Even if you did manage to get in, he probably has traps set up. Not worth trying to get gum out of your hair again. Plus, there'd be his pet to deal with. No thanks. Alright. I could go over there to observe. Let's observe what's here first. This lamp's not even plugged in, but there are at least 9 possible light sources in your immediate area, so maybe it got lost in the typically well-illuminated shuffle. Okay, observe the art. Huh. This one doesn't seem defaced, or maybe it was and I can't tell. You've always been a bit creeped out by the monster in the water. It feels like the eye is following you, but only sometimes. Interesting. Oh, there's so many references here that I really want to click on, but it won't let me. That makes me a little sad. Okay, let's look at this. It's the hallway closet. It memory serves, there's a box full of some old belongings of yours in here. You wonder if it has what you're looking for. Let's open it up. You think back to before, back to when this closet door was shut. You had a reasonably good guess about what was inside, but now your guess is even more reasonable. Let's look. That box probably has the stuff you need, but you can't reach. You wonder what your next step should be. Actually, your tap shoes might be the solution to this problem. If you could just get a good stomp going, you might be able to tumble that box right off the shelf. One of our first puzzles, but what else? You can't search the box while it's still up on that shelf. Alright. There you go. Let's look. Wonder what's stashed in here. Nothing fragile, you hope. You pick through the box and find your flashlight and an old pair of ballet slippers. These will come in handy. Oh hey, there's some pet treats in here too. You keep caches of these all over. Never know when you'll need to treat a pet. You go ahead and try your flashlight. Click, click. No dice. Another battery problem? You open it up. Wait, there were no batteries in here at all. Just a bunch of stupid pogs. Dang it, Jude.
Found my old strife weapon. Guess what? It's full of your stupid pogs.
Crap! Forgot about those. Please keep safe. Over.
No.
No, I'm throwing them all away.
Joey, please. Those are my favorites. Over.
I'm not really throwing away, you nerd. What do you take me for?
Thanks. Over. Still need to get you to the attic. Over.
For safety, right. Well, whatever. I'm trusting you, I guess.
Appreciate that. Over.
Although, so far it hasn't really paid off.
Joey, please. Just need you to head to trophy room. Over.
Oh, gross. I hate that place. Why does he even need a special trophy room when our whole house is just his dumping ground for whatever garbage he picks up on his stupid adventures?
We'll find key to attic there. Mysterious whims of absent father not relevant.
Fine.
Over and out.
Yes. If I say, look at this, you pretty much cleaned it out. Nothing useful left in there. What happens with this? I don't know what the use is for that is yet. We can't use the flashlight yet. Oh. Let me clear my throat again because his voice hurts me.
So, head to the trophy room?
Affirmative. Over.
Got it.
Over now.
Alright, it was just a reminder. I just saw the exclamation mark and wanted to look. I don't know where the trophy room is, though. Well, let's look over here. Teddy Ruxpin is over there, but I wanted to see if they make an observational joke, but sadly, no. We got pictures, though. Some great photos and portraits of your mostly great family. Decided to take a closer look. Aw. I like all the pictures here. To Jake, my biggest fan, A. Claire. A. Claire. Ooh la la. That there mom is looking très magnifique. When you grow up, you hope this is what mirrors will look like. You and your very good dog. Aww. There aren't any pictures of the three of you together, so you tried to make one through the art of composition by hanging these three solo photos together. It's kind of like there's a photo of all three of you, sort of. Aw. Oh, so that was this row. A lovely diptych? I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. But of school portraits, the laser background, the bad hair days, simply perfection. Her hair looks nice. Jude puts the dip in diptych. You muttered to yourself. Such an unreal burn on the unsuspecting chump, but he probably wouldn't even get it. Come to think of it, maybe neither do you. And what's this? Pa, and someone you presume is his sister? Nobody's ever mentioned, not that the two of you talk much. Kind of weird to think you might have a second cousin out there you've never met. Maybe she died young. The old-timey times were pretty rough. Oh, this is one with their babysitter. You and Jude have a lot of fun memories with your babysitter. By now, probably more than with Mom and Pa combined. You'd always thought of her as the kind of cool and fun older kid you wanted to be. Until you got old enough to realize she's a pretty sucky role model. You wonder what her family is like, but it's probably not your place to ask. Mom is the picture of grace and radiance, and Pa's just Pa. Seriously, has he ever changed his look? Sometimes you wonder if he was born with the spectacles and a mustache, or at least one of the two. Well, you got a picture right there of him, so he wasn't. At least not with the mustache, anyway. Some of these are references to Homestuck right away. Pa used to be great with animals. You wonder what happened? Maybe a betrayal? No, impossible. Look how good that dog is. That dog never betrayed anybody in his entire life. You would stake your entire reputation on it. The whole thing. Ugh. You can't even look at this picture. You deplore cruelty to animals. One of the many ways you and your father never saw eye to eye. One of the other ways was how he never actually looked at you much, let alone in your eyes. Yeah, I'm sure that's supposed to be a dead one, but so she covered it up with happy, nice things instead. Alright, well, we looked at the hallway. Oh, that one of those fortune thingies. I want to look. There's one spot we haven't looked yet. Let me just go do it. What's over here? No. Or maybe this is supposed to be representing the wraparound of the room. I guess it is. Alright. So, yeah, alright. We were on the right track and we've explored everything. Got it. Wow, our sconce. I mean, there's a couple of things I could try to do by combining things here, but it'd be weird. Let's see. Careful not to mix these up. You'd hate to reach for a critter treat and come back with, like, Ren, or a Stimpy, or a Doug Funny. Oh god, he's making fun of Nicktoons. What if I did this plus this? You shaved down the edges of the pog with the green key. It will now be used to solve lots of different puzzles throughout your house. Good work. Haha, just kidding, you don't do that. Because that would be ridiculous and an insult to your puzzling skills. What about this and this? May as well check around to these. Your mom loved animals as you well know, excuse me. She had the grace of a gazelle and the ferocity of a much, much angrier gazelle. What if I tried this plus that? Oh, that's funny. Oh, but you want these, in case you find a cute animal to feed them to. Plus, stomping on them would get crumbs everywhere. Depending on your present location, the previous sentence may have been sarcasm. Gosh, location, conditional sincerity. This really is an adventure. That's kind of funny. In other words, that's either foreshadowing or... I'm not sure. What about stomping on this? This saucy little thing always puts you in a mood to spin and grin. Pogs and stomping? The frustrating thing about flat garbage is there's no point in stomping it. Alright, what about ballerina thing? When the pogs slam and clatter and scatter, do they not possess a grace all of their own? Is their dance any less of a defiance of that cruel tyrant gravity than is yours? No, they do not, and yes, it is. Alright, that was ballerina, and what about yummy bits in ballerina? Your dog would make a great ballerina, if only they didn't have 4 left feet. Thank you, thank you. You got that joke from a popsicle stick. And this in ballerina, I don't know. The 2 twisty snakes that make up your heirloom seem to be in their own delicate dance, don't they? Twisting around each other, both chasing, both fleeing. Where does it begin? And where does it end? Alright, and now flashlight plus pods. You have no interest in refilling your flashlight with your brother's garbage. Well, this and flashlight. They fit in the funnel part, but they're just a little bit too wide for the 45mm in diameter tube, which was, of course, just barely wide enough for the pods. And last, it doesn't quite glow, but those jeweled eyes will catch the faintest little glimmer of light in a dark room and sparkle like the dickens. Sort of like what a flashlight does, you guess? You may be romanticizing your heirloom's capacity for luminosity. Okay. This guy, what's he so happy about anyway? His expression probably made more sense in its original context. That is to say, whatever tomb or temple or whatever your PA plundered from him. Your Pa, sorry. I saw that as PA for some reason. Yeah, he is really happy, huh? Nothing to observe. over here. Uh-oh. Well, it seems the power is out. That should make the trophy room quite the adventure, which is to say, not quite the adventure you wish you were having right now.
Well, it would seem the power's out.
Classic PsyOps. Over.
What?
Credit where it's due. Best way to destabilize countermeasures. Leave you in the dark. Literally. Over.
Not literally. It's still like late afternoon. I can see fine.
Should have no trouble getting to the trophy room then. Over.
Fine then, Mr. Mission Control.
Yes, great. Over and out.
I was curious if it would say something different now that's in the dark. Excuse me. I was drinking a little earlier, so it can affect my my voice a little. Hang on. Can I observe from here? I cannot. Okay, just checking. Can't observe anything over here. Oh, I can walk forward. By the way, let me know if the music's okay. I want to make sure it's heard, because it's very good music. This bookshelf contains several of Pa's books, including Pistols of Pelts, How to Turn Sweet, Intelligent Animals into Weird Rugs and Stuff, Teach Yourself Taxidermy, I guess, and Safari, stories of bold men and the animals they killed from a distance even though they weren't hungry and did not intend to eat them. That is a long title. Is there anything else that I could... No, there is not. Okay, well, that side's done. TV. There's the big screen. Got the cable hookup and everything. It's your home altar, and your method of worship is listless vegetation. The gods reward you with glimpses of the divine. Clarissa, Alex Mack, and the cool green lady from Reboot. I don't know Reboot, but I knew Alex Mack and Clarissa. You really like her. She's cool. Yeah, I don't know Reboot. I do know Clarissa Explains It All and The Secret World of Alex Mack. Alex Mack actually got pretty dark at times. Not too dark, probably, for today's standards, but dark enough when I was younger. A beanbag chair. Super comfy and thankfully not filled with real beans. You could take a nap, but you've kind of got a lot going on right now, you know? What about down here? Look. It's a handheld gaming device that you and Jude share. He hogs it mostly, but that's alright since you got the console in your room. You have it on good authority that the batteries in this thing are A, way too small for anything you may or may not currently need batteries for, and B, dead as a bag of doornails. It looks like I'm assuming it's a Game Boy, but it doesn't look like a Game Boy. Maybe it's Game & Watch. A beanbag chair, we know about it. What did you want to look at? What's this? Pa's major totem of power. The impressive clunky item controls the TV, garage door, toaster, thermostat, and pretty much everything else of gizmological nature. You literally cannot pick it up without using both hands. What if I scavenge it? You pop open this behemoth and score! You pocket the E-cell batteries, right in the old Sylladex. Alright, now let's mess with them before we put them in the appropriate thing. Your precious heirloom does not run on batteries, though it does seem to have a strange energy to it, doesn't it? Kind of a delicate spiraling power, like a seashell warmed by the sun, or a snake coiling on a hot rock. What about yummy bits with batteries? Batteries are kind of like pet treats for appliances, or I guess batteries are more like pet food than pet treats. Appliances enjoy no treats. Theirs is a dull and routine existence, knowing neither apogee nor perigee. Batteries and Pogs. Pogs! Batteries neither included nor required. Batteries are for fun toys. Alright, what if I tried stomping on those batteries? You don't run on batteries, you run on razzle-dazzle. Alright, and twin pillars of power, just like your legs. Kick, kick, kick. Well, it's more leaps and bounds than kicks. So far. Alright, now let's put them in the appropriate place. What if I tried with this? Nah, you can't. Okay. These batteries are so huge, they don't even begin to fit. Like fitting a round peg into a round hole that's a bit smaller than the peg. You need some D-cell batteries. Ah! Well, that's good to know, actually. Alright, so we've inspected here. There's nothing further in the foreground. Oops, I clicked off. Okay, let's go ahead and look over here. Alright, we get a different view now. It's a bear that your pa shot and turned into a trophy. Now all his friends who come in this room will think, oh, this guy shot a bear. Okay. Except he doesn't really have any friends, and he's never here, so it's just a nice, big, horrifying thing for you to deal with. One of your pa's recent victims. You love animals. He loves killing animals and turning them into this ghoulish trophy, celebrating his victory over nature. Yeah, big man, as long as he has a big, stupid gun. Oh yeah, it was probably a bear that she put the elk head over. You can't tell if the noises you hear are from the monsters or the wind. It's either some particularly whooshy monsters or some really groany wind. Let's open it up. Leaving the protection of your home seems like a bad idea. Might be creatures and weirdos ahoy out there. You think you will stay inside, where your chances of meeting creatures and weirdos are still pretty good, honestly. Can I stomp on that? Oh, this poor fella is so shoddily put together that you fear your turbulent tap routine might cause it to collapse in a loose jumble of remains. Could I have been doing this the whole time? You make yourself as intimidating as possible. The bear is terrified. Aw, don't worry. There's no pause for alarm. What if I did this? You don't need to outrun the bear. You only need to outrun you. Wait, that joke doesn't really work when you're narrating to yourself. Or, wait, what are you talking about? You dropped this line of thought forever. Hey, a bear! What if I did this? Although you're happy to perform for your own stuffed animals, the more sinister nature of Pa's stuffed animals gives you pause. You mean pause. And this won't work. You're gonna need decel battery. Okay, yeah. Does it really like let me list every single thing on every object in the foreground? I'm curious. No, you don't think you'll be putting your precious heirloom in this poor fellow's grotesque remains? Seriously? We could do that? You doubt this creature has any interest in chowing down, seeing as it lacks the requisite organs and all. As an inspiring veterinarian, you are sometimes forced to temper your sentimentality with a cold dose of biological expertise. Pog to the face? You're tempted to stick the rest of your pogs into this poor creature's mouth and be done with them, but sadly, it is already stuffed to the brim with useless filler. Batteries. If you intend to Frankenstein Pa's little project back to life, you're going to need a lot more electricity and a blatant disregard for ethics. Not the bear. You think you might be bear keying up the wrong tree. Bear keying? Barking? That's a little loose. Aw, look at that stupid face. He really does look like he's rearing up for a treat. Or to slap someone's head clean off with a single swipe of his incredible paws. One or the other, though, for sure. You can't use the pogs with this animal. They're just unbearable. No, this isn't the depowered mode or anything. Look, whatever this bear does, he's already doing it as hard as he can. Okay, tell me that doing stuff with the door is not going to have the same effect. I'm hoping not. Wow, that door is sturdy. Not that it slowed down that big snake monster down. It didn't even slow him down for a full second. Oh god, really? I could do this with everything? The door is utterly unmoved by your heartbreaking performance. Yeah, well, get in line, door. You aren't too blown away by it either. It's true. You're not just putting up a jaded, cynical front for the door. You're your own harshest critic. Oh, sorry guys. I like seeing all this observational humor. Nope. Your front door doesn't even lock, actually. Which, troubling in its own way, honestly. The three guardians who encircle and triangle the entranceway to your home do deserve some treats, but their dedication to their duty wouldn't permit them to pause in their vigilance even for a moment, even long enough to scarf a sweet treat. Oh, Pogum. That'd be littering. Plus, when you open the door, a monster might dash in and kill you. Pog littering is not the thing you want to die doing. You don't even want to die at all. Battery the door? You don't need batteries. You could just turn the knob if you didn't care that it'd probably get you killed by a big monster. But you do care. You care a lot, frankly. I love all this random shit you can just do. It's like, really? What's this? A piano can be used to turn the slight motion of one's fingers into music. Those ivories, how they beg to be tickled. But you mustn't. Also, you, can't. Play Haunting Melody. Oh, that would be just the thing, wouldn't it? Some kind of eerie, lonely sonata to really set the tone for the adventure ahead. Something in a minor key, perhaps. Maybe. It's a shame that would probably provoke a bunch of monsters to eat you. Also, you can't really play the piano. Let me drink some water. I've been speaking a lot. Alright, let's see how bad is this going to get. Hard to dance and play at the same time. You know from extremely depressing experience. Especially when you can't even play. If someone could just get on this piano and drop some Leo Delibes, it'd really power up your ballet mood. You suppose you could even settle for a stilted rendition of Hot Cross Buns. Oh, okay, we're gonna be doing this. Sometimes, when you hold the heirloom, you do hear music in your mind. A sweet and tinkling song, bewitching and alien, yet naggingly familiar. Like the theme song to a show that you only watched when you were really little, that nobody else remembers. It haunts you sometimes, and thus, you do not hold your heirloom all that often. Interesting. Let's feed the piano. The only treat this piano would respond to is a good tuning. Let's pog it. Well, the pogs fit pretty snugly between the keys, that much is clear, but doing this benefits neither the pogs nor the piano. Sorry, I laughed in the middle of that. You play the note that matches the letter of these batteries, but you don't know how to play the piano. That would have been pretty cute, though. That's horrifying right there. This piece was too depressing, so you gave it a nice refinishing. If your pa has a problem with it, he's welcome to say so next time he's actually around. You wonder if you'll be driving by then. To college? Where you teach because you're an adult and 20 years have passed? This is true. Nothing else to observe. Okay. Does dancing on that work? No. Okay, thank God, because that would be a lot. The ladies in these paintings are eerily beautiful, although maybe everyone would look like that in blue. The lamp, goodness. You'd like to meet the lady who modeled for it someday. Is that an observation for all of them? Okay, it was. Very good. Uh-oh. Something out there. Well, I see it perfectly well there. Let's, Uh-oh. Oh, okay, thank God. This lamp makes you blush brighter than the lamp itself. Let's stomp on it. You don't want to unsteady her, though it'd only be fair, since she's definitely unsteadied you. You wouldn't mind dancing with this lady one bit, if only she were a lady and not a truly tacky lamp. Seriously, that is kind of creepy looking. This heirloom has a lot of secrets, this lamp doesn't. Let's feed her. A little rude, Joey. Okay. Okay, let's pog her then. Where would you put it? An idea springs to mind and you blush all over again. It plainly has a power cord. Oh, I like the little background there. It says gross. A little rude there, Joey, to feed her animal treats. Okay. You always enjoyed this painting, particularly because the lion looks so alive. Whoever painted it must have a very good imagination. Either that, or they painted it very, very fast. I actually like how it looks kind of cross-eyed. Ah, the Teddy Bear Outpatient Clinic is for stuffed animals who require treatment, but not an overnight stay. It's not just for stuffed bears, of course. It was named for its founder and chief physician, Arsala Teddy Bear. Very good. And yeah, I don't have to anything with that. I do not have to interact with to get more dialogue. Boy, your pa really gets invented with his taxidermy, huh? What a ghoul. Yeah, it looks like it's Bear O'Clock right there. Hey, he makes a pretty good metronome. Your ballet is like this bear clock, precise and fierce. Something about this key and clockwork is so compelling to you that it almost distracts you from the Frankenstein winged bear. Oh right, it has wings too. That is kind of creepy. The bear couldn't enjoy a treat, as its intestines are clearly a clock. What we pogging? When is it time for pogs? Barely ever. It is powered by that pendulum. Wow, look at it go. Ooh, masks. These should probably be in a museum. Let's stomp on them. Stacked so nicely in the corner like that, it'd be a shame to tip them over with your hot steps. A mask would be fun, but it's not really the season for it. No keyhole on these. You could jam it in the eyes, but that seems a little macabre. These mouths aren't open for treats. They're open for, well, you don't know. Probably not treats, though. That's culturally insensitive, Joey, putting pogs on them. They're masks. Either you wear them or you don't. Batteries don't need to enter the equation. Sorry, I'm just enjoying fucking around like this. No. No, damn it. Okay, let's observe what this is. Ugh. A lot of these ladies were apparently your mom's friends. You should look them up sometime. You may, avoid mentioning that your pa had blue-only portraits made of them. Although, if they were friends with your mom, they must have had to deal with your pa on occasion, so it would probably come as no surprise. What if I stomp on it? Okay, it doesn't give me the option to mess with it with items here. Very good. And there's nothing else here. Alright. Well, this is not creepy at all. This room is really giving you the creeps. You hear something breathing. Something else, you mean, besides you. You don't know what may be lurking in the dark. If there is something like, say, that horrible thing that chased you all the way to the door of your room, you don't want to agitate it with frivolous tapping. You always look before you leap, and until you get the power back on in this room, you're not sure what you'd maybe be leaping onto. Like, say, Snake Monster's hungry mouth, for instance. You take this opportunity to see if your beautiful heirloom glows in the dark, but alas, it doesn't. There could be something awful lurking in here, like that snake thing. You're not sure if you want to draw it out with a treat. Pog it. You chuck a pog into the darkness. You don't hear it land, but then again, you really weren't listening for it, because you don't really care. It's way too dark to find the battery slot on anything in here, assuming that such a thing even exists. In the darkness, you mean. Or on an object in the darkness, obviously. Bleh. This is creeping you out, and you're just rambling to yourself. Like you usually do, honestly. Is that the same for everything else? Yeah, okay. No matter what, it's going to have the same observations. Okay. This looks like this would be the trophy room. Just as you pass into the living room, pulling the door shut behind you, it shuddered as something heavy and wet slammed against it from the other side. I can't see anything in the trophy room. It's way too dark.
Odd. Is the house navigable? Over. Considered utilizing flashlight? Over.
You mean the one you fill with your pogs? That flashlight?
Joey, please. Over. No use dwelling on the past. Over.
Doesn't matter anyway. Something's blocking the doors of the trophy room now.
Something. Over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Strange. For now, recommend focus on restoring power before sun sets completely. Over.
Oh geez, you're right. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the reminder.
Need electricity to retrieve key anyway. Over.
What?
Can't discuss over unsecured channel. Over and out.
That was helpful.
Any hot tips for getting the power back on?
Power outage seems to grant invaders significant advantage. Over.
That's not really a tip. That's more like just an explanation for why I'm trying to do it.
Not sure what to tell you. Circuit breaker's probably in basement. Over.
See? That was very helpful. Thanks.
Doing my best. Over and out.
Okay, it's not going to attack me if I'm in the moonlight. I was a little worried about that for a second. Alright, that's over here. What's this way? We actually didn't go too far this way. Those used to be stacked neatly on the shelves, but your big dog clambered through and slammed right into them. They tumbled everywhere. That was about 3 years ago. You aren't great housekeepers. Can I tap dance on them? They're already pretty cluttered. Easier to just walk around them. Nothing in these about weird heirlooms. You've checked. Whoever made this mess definitely doesn't deserve a treat. Not a great place for a slam sesh. The terrain is way too varied. Looks like someone came charging through here already. Probably your dog. Yeah. That's all the observation there. Okay, I dicked around on that a bit enough, I guess. What about here? Ah, this is the kitchen, I assume. The power is off, and as such, your fax machine is basically useless. This is an unacceptable state of affairs. Let's stomp on it. Well, you can't very well dance to the fax machine if the power is off, can you? Be sensible. Oh, I'm having fun with this already. Well, you can't very well dance. Oh, that's the same for both of those. What about heirlooming the fax? Try as you might, you cannot use the green key to access the innards of this fax machine. You doubt there's anything important there anyway. Probably just gears and ink. Let's speed it. No power, no faxing of pet treats. Yep. The power failure is literally the only obstacle to that activity. We could pog it. You'd love to send a pog fax to some rude, but it's just not possible without any power. Which is just as well, considering now is a terrible time for surreal pranks. The battery-powered fax machine had its season in the sun, and that season was called the 80s. You are an 80s kid, so you love to reference things like fax machines with nostalgia, even though you obviously still have a fax machine right here in your kitchen. Decade-based identity can be a tough row to hoe. Let's see. You visualize all the delicious items that could be in the cool embrace of the refrigerator, but they are not. Snack. It's empty. Food shopping has become sporadic of late. Turns out tipsy babysitters are fairly bad at responsibilities? What if we stomp on it? Your tap achievements don't lend themselves well to fridge front commemoration. As a dancing partner, he's unfortunately a little frigid. Boy, solving the mystery of your heirloom is turning into a real cold case. Nah, they'll keep okay at room temperature. Alright. Not even the fridge can make pogs cool. Oh, the puns. Oof. That one wasn't your best work. Your babysitter told you that if you put a dead battery in the fridge, then wait 3 to 7 days and take it back out, it'll still be a dead battery, but it'll be sort of cold now. You aren't sure what she was actually telling you this, if you're being honest. She was kind of staring off into space with an empty bottle in her hand. It just keeps saying refrigerator. Alright. Obviously we're supposed to go to that boombox, but I want to look around first. Look, you're not saying you never have home-cooked meals. Your babysitter's a pretty good chef, even. It's just, well, none of you like doing dishes. And the nice thing about takeout is you can just eat it right out of the boxes and then throw the boxes away. Of course, none of you really like taking out the trash, either. What if we stomp on it? There's already one on the floor. Isn't it enough box mayhem for one room, Joey? What if I tap dance? Not much to dodge here, except the takeout box on the floor. You avoid it with your typical easy grace. You wonder, if your mom were still around, would you eat less takeout food? Is wondering that sexism? You don't know the answer to either question, so you put your heirloom back in your pocket. Takeout treats for pets is a pretty cute idea, you gotta admit. If veterinarian ballerina tap dancer doesn't pay the bills, you always got boutique delivery pet treats to fall back on. It's $1 million idea. I'm pretty sure they have that already. Well, maybe back then they didn't. You really need cylinders to properly store pogs, like a flashlight, or... Oh! That's what those dang Pringle cans Jude leaves around upstairs are. The possibility that those cans are filled to the brim with pogs chills you like the cold wind of another world. I used to use pogs. I used to play pogs, and I had to get rid of them because I got so sick of them. These boxes are pretty greasy. You don't think putting the batteries in them would be good for whatever you tried to put them in later, when you actually had a good idea? Alright, that's the same. There's the door. Let's see, what's this? You're even out of dog food? Things really have gotten desperate. You just can't blame your babysitter for running off to the store for groceries at what was retrospectively the worst possible time. Oh, so she's off there right now. Okay. The tube highway that Jude's pet uses to get around the house. You haven't seen it tonight, fortunately. Oh, right. Something I forgot to do. Stomp on the dog food. Looks like this bag of dog food is tapped out. Okay, you get to say that one time. You gracefully avoid the few stale and scattered kibbles on the floor, as you gracefully do everything. You probably don't even need to bother mentioning, which is why you usually don't. What if I heirloomed it? The bag of dog food is already unlocked, and alas, utterly plundered. It's empty. Thankfully, you have your pet treats as backup, but you've got to deal with this pretty soon. Pet treats alone do not a balanced pet diet make. What if I pog it? Oh, your dog has much better taste than that. And I'm assuming batteries is a bad idea too. Batteries aren't good for dogs. They aren't good for people either. Or the environment. All batteries are good for is powering the many, many devices you rely on for a level of luxury you take absolutely for granted until the minute the batteries run out. Alright, what if we stomp on the tube? That would bring Jude's pet in a hurry, which is the last thing you need right now. Or ever. No thanks. I think it's a snake based on this, or maybe a hamster or a rat or something. You have to admit, Jude's pet is pretty graceful. Disgusting, but graceful. Heirloom it? How can you be so disgusted by Jude's pet and love this key so much? Well, because they're nothing alike. Not in the slightest. Yeah, what reason would you have for that? No, these aren't for Jude's pet. It has a very specific diet. Between the Pogs, the gross pet, and the paramilitary conspiracy stuff, Jude has a lot of strikes against him in the salvageable male category. Ugh, that thing moves under its own power. It's gotta be a snake. I don't remember if they ever showed it, so, yeah. Let's see. The sink is full of dirty dishes. Someone should clean these up. No way. No way. You did them last time. It's Jude's turn now. You know what? After he completely ditched you for the treehouse earlier, maybe it can be Jude's turn for quite some time. Let's stomp on them. This place is enough of a mess already without sending shards of glass and porcelain everywhere. What if I gracefully do something with it? You're likely to shred your feet to pieces if you try to use this mess as a stage. Your heirloom. The only thing you really have of your mom's. You think you'll just throw it down in the garbage disposal? Nah, of course not. But geez, you can't shake this weird feeling you have about it today. You hold it tighter. Pets will take these treats right out of your hand, or even better, you could throw them right into their mouths. Dirty dishes that have been sitting out for days don't even need to enter the conversation. Dirty dishes and dirty discs, a match made in hell, right here in your kitchen. What if we batteried them? You debate whether to comment on the possibility of using battery acid to clean the dishes, or to wryly suggest that the rotting food might be giving off some kind of chemical energy. Neither bit really grabs you, so you just move on. How many things have they written here? It's amazing. That's the same. Let's look. There are monsters out there, watching, working up an appetite. Open? With all those monsters out there? you think you'll leave it shut. Also, you don't actually know how to open this window short of breaking it. What if I stomped on it? Just in case Jude is watching through the windows, you do a quick little dance to let him know you're fine and that there's nothing to worry about. A performance hidden in a performance. The little patch of sunlight through this window really does look like a spotlight, doesn't it? But are you ready for the spotlight? You feel as you often do, like you're still nervously waiting in the wings. Is today the day you take the stage? Are these slavering beasts to be your final real audience? Well, if ballet could be the hymn of wrath, let's dance. That is a long way to be nothing. You could scratch the window, but it's just about the only thing in this kitchen that isn't a mess, so why not leave it be? Nobody out there to tempt with treats except your frightened dog and a whole bunch of monsters. Okay, so not nobody exactly, but nobody who's getting through this window. You flip a pog at the window. It bounces off and lands in dirty dishwater. No great loss. It had a GoBot on it. You don't need batteries to enjoy the sunset, Joey, even if there are monsters outside. Ugh, Gen Xers. The backyard used to be so much more awesome before the monsters showed up. Let's open it. You really don't want to go out there right now. Tempting though it is to go rake some more leaves. Ah, the struggle of the monster-bothered leaf pile enthusiast. You keep meaning to start a zine. What if I stomped on the door? It doesn't even rattle. For a door with no lock and a big dog-sized hole in it, it's surprisingly secure. You're agile and graceful, but you barely escape the backyard with your skin still on your body. You're not in a hurry to brave that crucible again. No, this door doesn't have a lock. None of the entrances to your house do, actually. You guess you're lucky this is usually such a safe little town. Dear, jeez. If you were going to beckon your dog with a pet treat, you'd at least use the doggy door, but you'd actually prefer she stay in the relative safety of her doghouse rather than try to brave the crossing. Your sweet loyal dog loves that flat. Jude used to like it too when he was younger. He still likes it. I didn't realize I could click the dog flat. Maybe you could rig up some kind of trap to shock the monsters when they try to turn the knob? This is stupid. Alright, what if I stomp on the doggy door? It makes for a said little curtain, but you give the dog flap its moment in the limelight. Ah, there's a typo! Ha! I found one. It makes for a sad little curtain. I don't think it's a said little curtain. I guess it could technically make sense, but it's not the best. You might be able to execute a pinch forward roll through that flap, but that would just be a graceful way to announce to every monster in the backyard that dinner was being served. Like the ringing of a dinner bell, with your dismembered leg as the ringer. There's no lock on the doggy door. It's not even a door, really. More like a turgid flap. You would try to summon your precious dog for support, but your precious dog is currently cowering in the doghouse. You can see her through the window. You let her stay there where it is safe? Safer, anyway. Look at all this damn dialogue, guys. Holy shit. Can't decide which of these overweight pog designs deserve to be flung out of a dog flap more. The flaming skull eating an 8-ball, or the flaming 8-ball eating a skull. Either Jude finds these designs more appealing than you do, or he likes to keep some filler pogs in strategic caches to bolster his pog strategies. Possibly both? Probably both. The thing usually operates by your big galoot of a dog shoving her goofy snoot through it. As such, it needs no batteries. Gosh, you really love your dog. I really love this game. I didn't realize I could do so much with this already. You're not sure why the trash is piled next to the fridge. Even animals know better than to let their food fraternize with their waste. What if we stomp on it? A great way to smash down the cans, but it's best to do that before they go in the bag. Plus, you're pretty sure there's probably some empty glass bottles in there from your babysitter. You refuse to contaminate the highest art there ever was by performing it on top of actual garbage. Excuse me. Of course, by even contemplating it, haven't you made an artistic statement that already incorporates garbage, or at least the concept of garbage, as an intractable element in your tableau? There's a lot to think through here. Dangerous questions lead to dangerous answers. It's your precious heirloom. Your mom left it to you, yada yada. Look, you know you're not really going to throw this thing away, so it's hard to muster up the outrage at the hypothetical idea that you are maybe about to do so. Now, while there's still cute pets out there who deserve treats, i.e. all of them, yeah, no putting the treats in there. What if we pog the trash? I'm sure she's going to make some sarcastic comment of how they deserve to be there. Oh, it's really tempting. Maybe once you deal with these monsters, that could be your reward. The batteries. They still got some juice. And besides, that's not how you're supposed to dispose of batteries. Yeah, well, that's what people do anyway, sadly. Alright, let's look. The sound you've heard since you've entered the kitchen grows louder as you approach. The awful static is like nothing you've ever heard, and you want to go back to not hearing it as soon as possible. You turn the radio off. Rumbo. Your babysitter has just really atrocious taste. You're only 14, and even you could tell this is just really crummy. I assume that's rum in, they're called Rumbo or something or whatever. Luckily, I don't have to, I won't be, playing with each and everything here with all my inventory, so no worries there. You've cranked it all the way down to try to stop the awful noise. You crank it a little harder and, oops, might have broken it. Actually, you're okay with that. It's off and it'll stay that way. The radio is clearly, although weirdly, functional despite not being plugged in. You might be onto something here. Is there anything else around that I could observe? Okay, let's do this. Pop open. You open the battery compartment. Let's look at the batteries. Okay, good. If this radio didn't need batteries to make those noises, you would have to upgrade the Spookitude to business class Spookitude, and frankly, you can't afford that. Jackpot D-cells. You can never have too many batteries, and never in too many different sizes either. Very good. You toy with the idea of putting the pogs here as a as a prank on your brother. He'll be all, where are my pogs? At tactical disadvantage without them. Request return. Over. And you'll be all, what pogs, dude? By the way, could you turn on the radio? And he'll be all, seems non-functional. Investigating. Over. Update. Pogs inside. Been schooled by the master again. Over. It's bulletproof. It's perfect. In fact, it's too good. You will keep it all to yourself, like a rare pearl that is never spoiled by the opening of the oyster. Ah, that's a shame. Huh. Let's put batteries with batteries. You can't use batteries of different sizes together. You're playing with fire, or at the very least, electricity. Pogs. Batteries neither included nor found. Is that the same with... Okay, yeah. So it doesn't matter... It doesn't matter which battery you choose. It's considered the same. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. In that case, let's just plug in her flashlight. Another electric device successfully powered through the clever manipulation of resources in your immediate environment. You are on fire! With your flashlight fully functional and in fit fighting form, you feel significantly better equipped to handle most low-light environments, and also to beat the bejesus out of any of these creeps that get too close. Although, that's a last resort, of course. So, what if you run down the battery, you have no idea where you'd get more. Better save it for when you really need it. Alright, so I don't have to do any observational stuff with the flashlight, guys. Very good. What if I did random shit with the flashlight here? Nope. Okay. Oh, hey, Moon Model. To be honest, Schrodinger's cat experiment proved that the oyster might not even be there at a quantum level until it's opened or stimulated. Oh, really? How you doing, Moon Model? The pearl. I thought that it was supposed to be sand that gets in there, and that's what gets turned into a pearl eventually. But okay, so I don't have to do anything too observational now. We need to go to the basement. Not bad, just lurking. It is for sure. Hope you've been enjoying. If you haven't heard yet, this is a point-and-click adventure where I make where there's a lot of dialogue, and I'll be basically making voices for some characters. So, hope you enjoy. Alright, we got a mummy. This mummy is currently blocking your access to the rest of the house. He has been ever since your pa left him here months ago. What if I stomp on it? That'd shake this mummy Napoleon guy out of his busy aesthetic, which would be the one way to get past him, but it would make an awful mess. If I gracefully do stuff with them. Oh, you never dance with soldiers. They'll just steal your heart away and then leave on a 3-year tour. It is for sure. Flashlight said not to use until you need it. You wonder which is older. Weird. Even though you know your heirloom is pretty old, it doesn't show any signs of wear whatsoever. It looks like it could have been mate's day. Let's see, give the mummy some yummy treats. I'm sorry, yammy treats. If you create an association in your dog's mind between mummy and food, you're gonna walk in here one morning to find a heap of linen and chewed on bones with a silly hat perched on the top. I'm not quite sure I got that visualization, but I'll go with it. You try to slip Pog in his pocket, but the pants are too tight. Jeez, just look at them. It's like they're painted on. It's... wow. What were you doing? What if we give the mummy some batteries? Yeah, he may look a fine piece in his linens and his pauldrons and his sunrise-looking hat and his tight pants, but does this chump even know what a battery is? Did he ever? No. No, he didn't. Let's try moving him. Yeah, not a chance of you being able to move Pharaoh Napoleon here. What's here? Uh-oh. We got the flashlight out. Prepare for yourself. Have you ever played Thimbleweed Park point-and-click adventure? I have not, Moon Model. It's a machine designed to take your clothes and wash them. You call it a washing machine. It serves its purpose admirably on the rare occasion a human being is willing to cooperate. Why don't we stomp on the washing machine? The rhythmic rumbling does make a beat that you could maybe dance to, if the power isn't out. You usually wash your ballet slippers on cold, then you don't put them in the dryer, which is easy to remember because you don't have one. You always check your pockets for priceless, irreplaceable heirlooms before you do the laundry. They just dissolve, and wouldn't that be a waste? How could you look a hungry pupper in the eye after you'd fritter away your treats on a washing machine science? Not even science, really, just foolishness. The art on these is surprisingly durable. You guess it's so kids can click and slam their trash discs at each other without rubbing the Power Rangers off them? The washing machine wouldn't even make a dent. Batteries? By the time a battery needs to be washed, you should probably just be throwing it away. By which you mean dropping it off at one of those designated battery disposal sites in your area, because that's definitely what you do. Yep. That's exactly what everyone does with their batteries, right? Even though we're at a stage where we have rechargeable ones, but still. Oh, neat and folded. Just kidding. This is obviously dirty. This pile's a little too soft and settled for your powerful hot stepping to have any effect. Unlike that heap of boxes on the far wall, those were made to be tap-tumbled. That was a hint, guys. Yeah, they could usually use washing, but you could use using them more. Oh, her ballet slippers. You give it a little polish with a relatively clean-looking sock, shining like a diamond now. Of course, you'll just... Oh. For a second, it looked like there was a teddy bear in there. No such luck. So there's no feeding the dirty laundry. When you do laundry, you separate the whites from the colors. But Pogs are white on one side and colored on the other. You realize you're just making nonsense connections to distract yourself from the power being out and the creepy basement full of your crappy dad's garbage and the literal monsters in your house. And why isn't there anyone here to help you? Why do you have to be the grown-up through all this? Where is the life you were supposed to have? Hey, look, this Pog has a lizard on it. You have a shirt with a lizard on it. Shirts go in the laundry. The question on her sanity has been noticed. A dirty sock full of batteries could actually be do some pretty serious damage, but a flashlight full of batteries can do even more, especially when wielded by Joey Claire, extraordinaire. Let me drink some water. I've been talking a bit. It's amazing how long this game will go when you observe all the nonsense, right? Let's see. Oh, a knight. Your pa brought this home as a souvenir. There's nobody inside it. It's kind of like a metaphor, you guess? Eh. You're not sure you want to start down this road of analyzing your life as if it were a work of fiction? Let's dance on it. Huh, solid as a rock. You expected it to rattle a little at least, but you guess you're nothing compared to a fire-breathing lizard, which is certainly not a thing that is real. Those are fake for sure, forever, and also in the past. All fake as heck. Well, they got legs for it, but even if they've been trained, you'd think they might be a little rusty. No ballerina knights here. A treasured mysterious heirloom like this is exactly what knights should be either defending or questing after, you think. Although, you guess those two groups of knights might disagree on a few key issues, you also think, after the first thing you thought. Well, that gave me a think. You would offer this tough customer a pet treat? Forsooth, insult a knight at your peril! Or like, whatever you guess. It's not like they have a sword. You're just trying to keep it light. Just doing a little night goofing. Light goofing or night goofing? I'm not sure what she said. You slot one through the gap in the armor. You expect it to fall and make a soft plink sound, but the sound it makes can only be described as the sound of a pog makes when a creeped out kid slots it into the gap of an empty suit of armor left in the basement years ago by her now absent father. That's specific, huh? What if we give him batteries? Any batteries that would move this tall drink of metal would have to be like Z-cells, at least. Also, its forging predates battery-powered locomotion of suits of armor. So does yours, come to think of it. But this. A souvenir... Oh, wait. That was not the same. Okay. A souvenir from your pa after his trip to Hawaii. He's been exploring the Pacific a lot lately for some reason. Or so he mentioned offhandedly a few years ago. You assume he's still doing that due to you not having any fresher data, or particularly carrying it one way or another where the hell he is. You do a quick tap routine for the hula girls. No response, but hey, that pile of boxes against the wall just shift a little. You pirouette for the hula girls. They stare at you, unmoved and also unliving. What? Just jabber in the belly button or something? Wait, where did that come from? Weird. This basement is weird, and you don't want to be in it anymore. And therefore, we'll try giving them treats. They aren't pets. They're people. Okay, well, they're not that either, obviously. But they also aren't dolls. Or if they are dolls, why are they so big? They frankly creep you the heck out, and that's why they're down here. Give them Pogs. Pogs, or milk caps. The game Pogs are an in-your-face corporate branding of actually originated in Hawaii. That isn't Hawaii's fault, though, as far as you know. You're pretty sure that ukulele is acoustic. Alright, we got some more blue ladies. Pa loves his blue lady portraits so much, he keeps redundant backups scattered around. Because it's okay if you ignore something supposedly precious to you, as long as you're paying attention to something kind of similar in another location, right? You decide not to pull on that psychological thread, because you have important work to do. And who needs that crappy old blowhard anyway? Alright. What's over here? It's like a taxidermy narwhal. Your pa brought it back with him from the Arctic. He sure does get around. Luckily for him, he has this big house to dump off the animals he murders and the kids he doesn't want to raise. Tap dancing for the dead feels a little ghoulish, don't you think? For a funeral dance, ballet seems more suitable, especially when the departed was a creature of such eerie beauty and unexpected grace. Ah, of course. A little. That's a different way to spell dance, but I think that's a reference to something else. But anyway, a little danse macabre to belatedly mark the passing of this beautiful creature. Something from La Mort du Cygne, perhaps. You don't have the music ready, but you make a pledge to do it properly when you have the opportunity. Alright. 2 mysteries. A. What does this key go to? And B. What the heck did your pa do with the rest of this poor animal? Did he just eat it? This narwhal didn't eat pet treats in life, and it's not about to start now. Pogs, You briefly consider dumping all of Jude's pogs in the narwhal's mouth. Then, later, when he asks where his pogs are, you'll be able to say, "They're in the narwhal's mouth, you dweeb," and you won't be wrong on either count. And batteries. It's gonna take a little more than 9 volts to bring this fella back. You know it's a fella because the tusk is so big and has that nice spiral. Okay, that's about it for there. What about in the foreground here? Oh, hey. Your babysitter sometimes cracks into your pa's special reserve, and she tends to do it down here, so you and Jude don't see. You aren't really sure what to say about it, or if you even have any business saying anything about it at all. What if I danced on it? You don't want to send that hot cup of negligence clattering all over the place, do you? Ugh, that was really mean. She really is a great babysitter. You're just in kind of a crappy mood today. Ballet dance it? Ballet demands precision and grace, not accessible to the inebriated. Also, you're 14. I guess it has alcohol already in it? I don't know. I'm assuming based on the dialogue here. Yeah, you know your babysitter tries her best, and her best is usually pretty wonderful. She's really sweet and cool and, like, super smart. But, yeah, it'd be nice if your mom was still around. They just dissolve, probably. Putting treats in there would be kind of hilarious. I bet you'd be great friends with the very eccentric writer. I would. I love it. Just a couple shameful habits. Pogs and alcohol. Batteries in there? That wouldn't be good for the batteries, you think? But you're not a chemist or a mixologist. What's this? Maybe it's because you grew up in a house where nobody really cooks. You have no idea what to do with these cooking implements. Food! The great mystery. Let's stomp on it. No dice. This box pile isn't precarious enough to tap dance into an avalanche. What if I dance with it gracefully? In another life, you might have taken up the spatula instead of the slipper. Hard to imagine, but hey, so are monsters, and with dawning dread, you begin to suspect that those might possibly be a little bit real. Your mom was a heck of a cook, you've been told, but none of this stuff is hers. You guess it's Pa's, but why? Why does a man who never as much boiled water or fed his kids own a bunch of branded cookware? A mystery! Another crappy mystery about your crappy Pa. I know the answer to that, by the way, but unfortunately it's related to Homestuck, and that would be a whole big-ass thing to have to explain. I think it's pretty obvious, though. It's Betty Crocker, Crockerware. They're for plating as is. Pets aren't that particular. You don't ever have to illumine a pet treat. Pets are pretty lowbrow when you get down to it. They could serve as little plates or coasters, you guess, in a pinch, the pogs, and batteries. There might be a battery-powered turkey carver or something in here. You could defend your... Wait. Betty Crocker is like baking. The best you're going to find is a battery-powered auto whisk. You'll stick to your flashlight and your footsies. Forgotten skiing stuff. No basement is complete without it, in your extremely limited experience. Oh good, let's stomp on that. They might have a nice clackety-clack, but you lack the ankle strength to get a really sizzling taparoo going with adult-sized skis strapped to your feet. Oh, that would be hilarious. Ballet amongst the moldering relics of a leisure class overburdened with possessions? What is this? The Karov in 1956? Which you, as a student of both history of ballet, as well as its practice, feel perfectly confident referencing casually to yourself? Well, is it? You thought not. Wait, are these your moms? Is that why they've just been languishing down here this whole time? You resolve to immediately take up skiing, just as soon as you get the power back on and finish not being killed by monsters. What would we give it pogs? Not a lot of skiing-themed pogs in this batch. Plenty of skateboards, though. Way more than plenty. Oh, yeah. Let's see, giving treats to them. These cold-weather sporting accoutrements are just not suited for pupper shenanigans. Not that there are any puppers in the immediate area at present, but, you know, better not to tempt any hypothetical puppers towards the theoretical shenanigans. Such long-winded text, you may as well read a novel, but hey, to each their own, it's charming. Thank you, Moon Model. I love it. And honestly, if it wasn't for copyrights, I would totally read novels on stream. They don't run on batteries. To the best of your understanding, they mostly run on snow. Glad you're enjoying, honestly. Thank you. Let's see. What's this back here? Forgotten skiing stuff still. Okay. Look. With your pa's strange affinity towards the Betty Crocker brand ever apparent, this musty old junk mainly consists of all sorts of cooking implements, ranging from the familiar to the enigmatic. Ooh, story time with Tal. Yeah, Moon Model. Really, now you can tell what a whisk is for, but some of this stuff looks downright unethical. It's also in your way. You can't reach the circuit breaker. I was about to say the current breaker. Oh, that's the answer, but what if the world's just not ready yet to combine those two? Okay, let's do this. Totally unmoved. You'll need to step a little livelier to get this sturdy stack out of the way. And this is exactly why you were keeping your heirloom in your room in the first place. Your pa has a habit of moving things to the basement or the attic en masse whenever he blows into town, just to make room for a bunch more junk. Leaving any kind of food around disused piles of cardboard is kind of like drawing a summoning circle. If what you're trying to summon is rats, mice, and cockroaches, wait, summoning. Are these monsters magic? Is magic real? No way. No way in the world, you guess. Maybe. But yeah, I definitely would read stories, but again, copyright would be an issue. You can't even really read Reddit stories either, because they have personal copyrights, and also it's considered lazy to be streaming that. Just a fun fact I've seen. That was food, we already did that. Pogs. Even your heftiest slammer couldn't tip this stack. But you think back to how you got these pogs. Weren't they in another box you were having trouble with? How'd you solve that problem? You already know the answer to these questions, of course. You're just trying to pretend you're still on track to cover up this humiliating POG solution gap. And batteries. Electricity is what you need, yeah. But you can't get to the dang circuit breaker with this resilient stack of junk in the way. If only you had some way to unsettle it. Better step up your game, Joey. Alright, I think we did enough fucking around. It may be time to tap dance this. Uh-oh. Well, at least it didn't fall on her. Pogs as in 90s Pogs? Oh yes, Moon Model, this game takes place in the 90s. We've had Clarissa Explains It All references. We've had, what was the other one? The Secret World of Alex Mack. Some Nickelodeon references with Ren and Stimpy and Doug. We've had, let's see. We've had a lot, actually. There's even Simon. Okay, that's the same. So, okay. Oh, wow, Clarissa, man, that takes me back. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the breaker. You cleared the boxes away with your fancy footwork. Now just give the breaker a tug or whatever. You already danced on them bad old Crocker boxes out of the way. Just use the circuit breaker and you're home free. You did all the dancing you need to do vis-a-vis getting the power turned back on. Maybe try using your arms? Specifically, your hands, more specifically, on the circuit breaker. Sorry for the attitude, you're just getting severely creeped out still. It's not locked, and even if it were, that would be a pretty anticlimactic answer to what the heck is this thing riddle. Where did all the pogs go? LOL, in everyone's parents' attics. Attics? Mine I threw out willingly. I think I have maybe 2 I saved, but once they made a Pog Maker toy, I realized Pogs are stupid. Because I started, like, taking anything from magazines and making them into Pogs, and then I realized, wow, this is all that Pogs are. This is dumb, and then I just said, fuck them. Pokemon cards, I still have those, though. And, well, they're in my basement. Sure, fine, okay. You leave one in the box. Just flip the breaker, okay? Please, you're getting pretty creeped out down here. You may have mentioned this already. So no food for the breaker. Pogs. You don't need to flip a Pog to flip the circuit breaker. You just need to flip the circuit breaker. Flip the circuit breaker, Joey. I love it. It's sassing back at me. Give it batteries. It needs no batteries. Just gotta throw that switch. Go for it. Flip breaker. You flip the breaker and... Uh-oh. that was a thing that just happened. Hello. By the way, is the music okay? Let me know. Strife! You've got no chance of beating this thing. You gotta get away. Step on it. Batteries, go! Assault and battery. Shocking failure. Gotta hand it to you. What's the current goal plotline? Quick synopsis. Okay, Moon Model, here's the thing. We were just playing outside in the backyard with our brother and our dog when these weird random creatures suddenly came in and separated us all. Our brother's in a treehouse, being guarded by all these monsters. Our dog's in its doghouse, and we ran into the house where we got chased into our room and stuckified, in there for a little bit. And then we searched it around, we gathered up our stuff, and we're now trying to follow our brother's directions to getting ourselves safely and accounted for. That's about it. And so our current one was to turn the lights on, and now this happened. Alright, so battery doesn't work. Pog it! Time to slam! Slam slunk. Snakes for the memories! I'm just going through them all, even though you don't have to, by the way. Precious heirloom. Too precious to weaponize. Let's see. I think foods might be the answer. Peace treaty. Condition untouchable. The room where it slappens. Alright, I don't know which one of these is the actual answer. I assume ballerina is the way to get away. So, oh wait, try the flashlight. Hero and Bop. I know the answer is one of the shoes. Hero or luck next time. Shakes for the memories. Snakes for the memories, sorry. Alright, I assume it's going to be the ballet slippers, but let's tap dance. Shuffle and scoop. Hot steppin'. Gotta hand it to you. Leg or luck next time. Alright, it is the ballerina shoes. Graceful abscond. Prima abscond, Joe. Better not tempt fate. You just barely escaped that serpent. You mean snake? You mean monster? It's just a monster. Snakes don't have legs. It has a ton of legs. Way more than you, even. You're more like a snake than it is. Okay, you've gotten away from your original point a little, which is that you're not going to go back down there. I am about to sneeze. Maybe not. Who knows? So, if you hear it, that you know why. Okay. But yeah, I like trying all the things. I figured it was one of these. One of the shoes. Anyway.
Power back on! You're doing your psyops or encroaching forces? Over. Give you backlight only to snatch it away? Scribe hypothetical, very cruel. Dealing with sick operators. Over.
No, it's just me. Criminy, Jude. That snake monster is down in the basement, by the way. I managed to get past him, but we'll probably need to deal with that at some point.
Second encounter with said serpent, correct? Beast wily, but sister already established superior wiliness attribute. Over.
Hey, thanks. I think.
Trophy room should be trivial obstacle. Over.
Wait, what?
Attic key, Joey. Eyes on the prize. Keep me in the loop. Over and out.
Yes. He wants us to go into the attic where it's safer. We had to go to the trophy room, but the trophy room was too dark for us to really go through, so that's what led us down here. So, excuse me. Yeah, still blocking our access. I don't think we have to worry too much. Okay, then.
Over.
Yeah, as you can tell, our little brother here is also kind of military, loud, and I don't know how to describe him, but very boisterous. Oh, this fax machine can be used to send the facsimiles of whatever you stick inside it to whoever also has a fax machine. It's very high tech. Okay, now that it's on, what if I put the pogs in there? You stick some pogs inside the fax machine, dial a random number, and wait for the machine to finish sending the fax. There! Now someone has a black and white printout of your brother's crummy pogs. Thank goodness you can put that on your tombstone. Let's see. It's already humming away, drunk on its fresh infusion of restored power. Great work, Joey. What if I tried this? Food. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, and... There. You faxed a pet treat to a random person. You hope it was someone with a dog. Try as you might, you cannot use your heirloom to access the innards of this fax machine. You doubt there's anything important there anyway, probably just gears and ink. I'm glad we're getting new options here. You type out a quick fax and do a weird little dance to the horrible sounds it makes when it sends. Wow, this is probably the weirdest thing you've done in recent memory. Congratulations! What about this? Though the fax machine, singular, has been restored to life by you flipping the circuit breaker, you have a feeling that you are in the twilight years of the fax machine in general. This premonition pervades your entire being, tinging your movements with poignancy and the smell of old toner. Okay then, those were words, guys. I think the refrigerator is going to be the same while it's like this. Yeah, it is. So, no reason to go through all my options again. Yeah, now that power's on, I think the only different thing was the fax machine. Do they not have a microwave? Huh. Yeah, I don't see a microwave in here. Oh, what's this? Ah, a shaker full of season all magic spice mix. Your babysitter's a terrible cook, but she dumps this stuff all over everything, and it actually tastes pretty good. It really is magic. Hey, something new. We don't want to use that. What if we dance to the spice? Whatever you're trying would probably be a lot easier if you just pick the spice mix up first. Oh, it won't let me mix around with the spice or anything. Okay, fine, let's get it. Magic spice mix. Of course, everyone knows there's no such thing as magic. It's all faked with chemicals and stuff. Still, those chemicals are delicious. This game is quite the literary expedition. Yes, it is. But since we have spices, we can do random stupid shit with it. Let's tap dance with spicing. You don't really have any strong feelings about trying to use your spice mix with your tap dancing or whatever. So you're just gonna list some words that might either be spices or tap dancing terms. Ready? Okay. Bomberche, grapevine, tanglefoot, riffle, cubanola. Now, how many of those were tap? And how many of those were spice? Give up all tap. Tap dancing is wild. You know, they could have made a Spice Girls joke, but I'm not sure if in 1994 was when they were there, or if it was like a little later than 1994. I'm not sure. A light touches everything, in the kitchen and on stage. What if we tried spicing our heirloom? Your precious heirloom is already quite magical, thank you, and you have no desire to eat it. Spice up those pet treats. Nah, they're already irresistible to pretty much all animals. Why gild a lily? Let's spice up those pogs. You don't hate pogs because they're bland. That would be a relief. They're just so in your face and intense and radical. You can't stand them. Turn 12 already, pogs. I'd say late end of the 90s for Spice Girls, but I can't be arsed to check. At least you kind of agree with me, Moon Model. Let's spice up those batteries. The mysterious chemical processes that produce power from the silver nubs of these batteries, they don't need any assistance from your sweet or your savory. Alright, now that we did that, we've got to spice up that door. Nope, we can't. Spice up that mummy. Whatever's keeping this fella from rotting, it seems to be doing the trick on its own. But the minute he starts going bad, you'll be ready to spice him. Spice him till he's fragrant. What if we spice up the animal tube? That would probably freak Jude's pet out pretty bad. You don't like the thing, but you're not cruel. What if we spiced up the empty food thing? Even if there were dog food in there, that's bound to be a bad move. A dog-sensitive sniffer would get overwhelmed by the potent flavor sensations contained in this tiny shaker. Seriously, there's so much you can do with this, it's hilarious. That usually goes on the food when you're cooking it, not into the crusty sink remnants 3 days later. But hey, it's an unusual day, so you give the remnants a dusting. You never run out of this, it seems. When there was food in these, maybe. Although that would have been kind of gross, just dumping dry spice on already prepared Chinese food. You'll just suggest it to Jude next time. Excuse me a second. Sorry, my nose got stuffy a little bit there. And that's going to affect my voice. And my throat. My throat might go through puberty. Again and again. Speaking of which, let me drink some water. Okay. Can we spice ourselves? A shaker full of season all magic spice mix. This doggone powder adds the taste of a flavor to every bite. Oh, this lets you observe what you're holding. These batteries are huge. As far as you know, they don't fit in anything but the universal remote. But hey, the night is young. Pogs. Jude's Pogs. There's a cool Scully one, but the rest are all dumb cartoons, big rebellious graffiti, and bad video games. Is Bubsy in there? Oh yeah, they did make a reference to Bubsy, Moon Model, if you remember that. If you don't, be glad. Because I only heard about it after it happened, and I'm glad of that. Pet treats. Animals love these. Except the most dangerous animal of all, man. Wow, blew your own mind there for a second. Ah, yes, Bubsy 3D. Oh, I'm aware. Ah, then I apologize, Moon. This was your mom's, but you aren't sure what it is. It looks like a key, but to what? You have a deep down feeling that it's important somehow. Better keep it close. Tap dance shoes? These are your tap shoes. They enable you to tap dance. Your tap dancing lessons also deserve a little credit. Beautiful, comfortable satin ballet slippers, like dancing on a cloud. Unlike the canvas shoes you wear for classes, which are like for dancing on a far less luxurious cloud. You pretend to be a cool kid, but you're a nerd at heart. That is okay. Let's spice up the window. Spice mix smacks against the window and settles over the dishes. You didn't accomplish anything, but you did make an effort. Good for us. Let's spice up the door. You sprinkle some spice mix across the threshold, hoping to mask the human scent in this house from reaching the monsters outside. None of them seem to have any eyes, which your junior veterinarian's training tells you that they primarily rely on smell and hearing to track their prey. Alright, well, we spice up the door. That would upset your dog's sense of sniffer when she tried to use the very door installed for her ease of access. Not that she looks to be in any hurry to use it, being currently preoccupied with cowering in her doghouse and such. What other stupid stuff can I spice? Spice up the refrigerator. This spice mix is pretty good, but it can't do much for the flavor of baking soda and a single molding orange. That's what's left in there. Throw out the spice mix? Hey, whoa now. You're not throwing away the spice mix. It can improve any food. All you need is any food. Okay, what if we spice up the fax machine? You're about to fax a picture of spice to some random person, but you worry it might be hard to collect the spices again afterwards, so you reconsider. Phew! You very nearly did something kind of ridiculous and time-wasting. Bullet dodged! Okay, yeah, nothing there. There's the door. Can I spice up the door? No. Okay, let's go. Let's see. I could try spicing up other stuff here. Let's spice up this. Books, the spice of life. Of pretty dull lives, anyway. Hey, Spice and the Girl. I wonder if they'll make a Spice Girls joke with this. You hate to lean on this pun, but this lamp is already pretty spicy. Damn. Well, it was a hope there. Let's see. I don't think I could spice that or that. Yeah, it won't let me. We could do this with the bear clock. This thing had a few too many cooks in the kitchen already. And we could spice up the masks. They already have a nice mahogany smell. And that's the trophy room where we're supposed to go, but fuck that, we're gonna spice other shit up. Why not? Oh, I can't spice anything that gives me the eye. Ah, here we go. Pet vet. Let's go spice that up. You feel no immediate need to spice things up by ruining this massive antique with flavor power. I think that's about all we're gonna get out of this. Oh wait, the creature's at the door. It would not only be impractical to kick this poor creature up a notch with the magic spice mix, it would also be woefully disrespectful. That's about the bear. Your head is already swimming from just standing downwind from the rank miasma that surrounds this awful thing. You really don't think its flavor needs any strengthening. The entranceway is dusty enough. You don't even have a mat to wipe your feet on. You and Jude just trundle in from the outside every day, shoes filthy, tracking dirt all over these beautiful rugs. A tragedy. Except they don't care. A beanbag chair. Hey, spice up that beanbag chair. It's not made of real beans. None of them are. Not even the one in your bedroom. Batteries? You don't need any extra energy to use a beanbag chair. In fact, the less energy you have, the better a chair they seem to be. Terrible on your back, though. Pogs, beanbag chairs. Oh boy, it sure is the current year that you live in, 1994 you mean. How about we treat it? No pets on the furniture, even the quote-unquote furniture. You dig your heirloom into the chair, tearing a little hole in it. It's full of styrofoam, not beans at all. You're crushed, but you soldier on. What if I crush it more with tap dancing? It's too uneven and it has too much give. You'd break your ankles, ankles. How about a nice ballerina dance on it? You'd give it a good, strong kick with your powerful leg. It absorbs the blow and doesn't seem to be too shaken by it. A formidable foe. Here's the remote. Pause major totem of power, we already know about that. Heft remote. The universal remote definitely sounds like something that would be useful on your adventure, except the power's out. A universal is probably disappointingly misleading, and who said you were on an adventure anyway? So far, you haven't even left your house. What if I stomp on the remote? You briefly consider the idea of a television that could be controlled by the rhythmic tapping of your shoes. Not sure if you're willing to deal with the inevitable torrent of sprained ankles and lawsuits, though. That'd be kind of cool, but it probably goes not too far from the idea of a clapper. So, clap on, clap off. Really now, the universal remote was designed to reduce extraneous physical activity. Using it while prancing around sort of defeats the purpose, which is part of why you have no interest in this dumb thing. The universal remote can control anything. You have a feeling that your heirloom, if it has a function at all, will be much more exclusive. Another point in its favor. Your dog loves trying to chew this thing up enough already. The last thing you need is to get that treat scent all over it. How about we pog it? One of these pogs depicts an image of an anthropomorphic remote control leering amorously at an anthropomorphic television set. The television set is quite buxom, of course, so that you know it's a lady, because otherwise it'd be weird, right? Jeepers, you hate pogs. We could put the batteries in there. No, you need them more than the remote does, especially because its owner isn't even here. Ugh. Good old Pa. Let's spice it up. You sprinkle some light grit over your Pa's dumb mega remote, you do actually use this thing occasionally. A lot more than he does, really, by the dint of him never being around. Alright, we did that. Let's go do the appropriate thing that we were appropriately doing. Appropriately. Uh-oh. Another monster. Strife! Okay, let's look at it. So this is what was blocking the door. He looks hungry. That's the hint, but we're not going to use that. We're going to go through all the options first. Please, excuse me. Chew to tango. Y'all ready for this? Alright, let's try tap dancing. Tapetizer. Main roars. Choose your battles. Don't worry, there's no HP or anything, so yeah. Have a good night, man. Enjoy the playthrough. Thanks, Moon Model. Too precious to weaponize. Yeah, as always. That's the answer, the yummy bits, I bet. But we have Pogs. Careful not to mix these up. Oh yeah, we know that. Pogs. Passion, orange, guava! Fruitless endeavor. Spider luck next time. Batteries, go! Batter up. Batter luck next time. Y'all ready for this? Alright, let's try the flashlight. Light on your feet? Nope. Light bite. Light bright joke. Choose your battles. Now it's repeating. Alright. Let's try the spice. I don't think that's the answer. Spice to meet you. Pepper luck next time. Oh, that's pretty bad. And y'all ready for this? Alright, now let's use the actual answer. The Yummy Bites. Opening chorus. Flut your eyes on the prize. Do I need to keep doing that? Anyone for seconds? Make mine a double. Alright, I imagine one more will probably do it. Treat to a pulp. Alright! Monster-inflicted death scene averted. You are unbelievably stressed out right now. Congratulations! You have ascended to rung 2. Attainable rank of Tail-Wagging Tyro. Max HP increased by 12. Muscle increased by 7. Congratulations, you have ascended to rung 3. Attainable rank of Minute Mammal Mender. Dexterity increased by 2. Grace increased by 6. Leverage increased by 5. Congratulations, rung 4. Attainable rank of Peppy Patterer. Master Noggin Bop. Hubris increased by 4. Courtesy decreased by 2. Fake stats. Those are fun.
So, where's the key? In his desk or something?
Would never leave critical item in such an obvious location. Over.
Okay, but like, where did you leave it? I just had to lure a hungry monster out of here with treats, and I'm not sure how much time I have for brother-sister conspiracy capers before it comes back.
If room compromise, can't discuss countermeasures. Over. Unsecured line. Utilize puzzler skill set. Over.
Fine.
Callback of assistance required. Over and out.
Why don't we... Okay, the door's closed. That's good. Let's look at the armor. Seems like somebody sliced this big fella's hand off. Luckily, he's a lefty, at least posthumously. Equip armor. It's a little out of season. Dance? You don't stand a chance of lifting this burnished brute. Maybe they could lift you, but between the hand on the floor and the handful of sword, you think you'll pass on this pass. Do a tap dance on him? This fella's already lost his right arm. You start stepping at him and he's likely to rattle to bits. Inside an empty suit of armor. Is that a good hiding place, or the first place someone would look? You guess you've never looked in there, but so it's not the first place. Heck, that thing could be full to the brim of secret treasures and answers to wild mysteries, and you'd have no idea. And you never will. Let's give the knight some trees. Maybe he was offering that big kitty head a treat, and it bit his hand off. You're just kidding around, but it makes you feel better about the beautiful, noble animal and your paw shot and decapitated. Ah, yeah. Right, the little lion there. Pogs. Pogs, like suits of armor, are actually not all that common, despite being all their respective eras will probably be remembered for. You can just see it now. You're living in the Pog epoch. Epoch? Batteries. The idea of a battery-powered suit of armor fills your mind with visions of big armored machine knights, loyal only to their queen, knowing no fear, utterly unstoppable. They aren't especially pleasant visions, so you stop envisioning them. And let's spice them up. You give the maimed knight a sprinkle of dust right in the missing vambrace. Time heals all wounds, after all. This is a katana. You have no idea what to do with one. Wait, maybe you'll just throw it away. And kitty head. This is exactly the kind of thing you wish wasn't in your house. Why couldn't your paw just leave their regular eyes in and also, more importantly, leave their head attached to their body? You'd like to put something in those sockets, but what? And also, wait, why do you want to do that so much? That's weird. What if we tap dance for it? This beautiful kitty was more graceful than you can ever hope to be. Sigh, for all the good it did them. What if I dance with the katanas? Ballet is the most elegant and demanding type of dance. Maybe katanas are the same, but for swords. Sigh. Look, You're gonna lay it all on the line. Ballet rules, and you really don't give a flying frog about katanas. You were just trying to be nice. What if we tap dance on them? If you were going to hold something while you tap dance, it'd be a cane. Just like the great Fred Astaire, who you know as a phenomenal tap dancer, and you literally know nothing else about him. What about tap dance for Kitty? Tap dancing at this poor kitty is liable to shake its head right off the wall, maybe onto those katanas. Or maybe only one of them is a katana? Well, regardless, the juxtaposition of the swords under a decapitated animal makes it for a pretty ghoulish tableau. You stare into the empty sockets of the cat head, then at the red-green jewels on the key. You look back at the empty sockets, then back to the red and green jewels. Fascinating. What if we give the kitty food? You hope this big kitty had treats aplenty while he could enjoy them? You sincerely do hope that. Katana and cookie treats? Calling a katana your pet seems like the kind of thing that boys who watch too much Japanimation would do. How about we pog up those katanas? You let a pog fall on the upturned blade of the katana. It slices right in half, but whether this is because the katana is very sharp or the pog is very crappy, none can truly say. What if we pog up the kitty? Pogs in the eyes? You could never be so rude and cruel to such a big, sweet kitty who's already suffered so much. Something definitely needs to go in those empty sockets, though, if only because you're getting creeped out. So that's the hint, anyway. How about we battery up those swords? An electric katana would be... Okay, you have to admit that would be pretty cool. Like, something a bad guy from a Japanese role-playing game would have, and it would be all tiny in his sprite's little hand until you actually got into battle, and then it would be shown to be actually 9 feet long. Battery up the kitty. Batteries in the eye sockets? Well, it's worth a try. Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't worth a try. It must have looked creepy. Spice up the eyes. You sprinkle a pinch of magic spice mix onto this moldering cat head trophy. From the depths of your soul, you somehow summon the willpower to resist eating it. Yeah. A weapon from the Far East, wielded while under the heavy influence of exotic spices. Whoa, what? That was definitely kind of a little racist, maybe. You're pretty sorry about that. Clock. It stopped at 11:11, and it has been as long as you can remember. You can fix it, but why bother? It's not like you're going to make a habit of strolling over to the worst room in your house to check the time. Oh, and then we also can look at things here. You've never been entirely clear on what's going on in this tapestry, but it certainly looks intense. Just look at what fire-breathing serpent beast at the bottom, and that red-eyed figure on the throne. What's their deal? That's another hint. Eyes and a color? But anyway, what if we tap dance to the clock? You could reset the pendulum in motion with a click of your heels, but something stops you. Clockwork, once set in motion, isn't always easy to arrest. Are you sure you're ready for the consequences? Tap dance? Not tap dance, ballet. Though still, the pendulum reminds you of an exercise. A grand battement en cloche. I don't know if I said that right. It sounds impressive, but it mostly just kinda swinging your leg back and forth. It occurs to you that this could also describe a lot of ballet terms. There's something about this key that reminds you of clocks, or at the very least, clockwork. Keys are for opening, for initiating, for unlocking, but also for locking, for finishing, for sealing. Although those uses are much less exciting, what's the point in finding a weird old key just to lock something away? You'd love to be out in the yard feeding these to your precious wonderful dog, but this isn't the time. Pogs? This thing is already full of cogs. It doesn't need any cardboard discs. Batteries. It doesn't need batteries. It runs on, the pendulum, you think? And those brass bars also do something? And you have to open the face sometimes? You're not a big student of clocksmanship, but you think this is all pretty much 100% accurate. Sounds legit. Spice it up. Getting all that grit in the clockwork will be bad for it, which you don't really care about, except it be criminal to waste your waste of your criminal spice mix. Your pa's love of globes knows no bounds, but you don't recognize any of the continents on this one. Huh. You'd have a better idea of what you were looking at if you could read these scribbly labels. All you can make sense of is the X mark. Could it indicate treasure? Sorry, needed to get another bit of water there. If you need to move this thing, just give it a spin. No rhythmic stomps necessary. Maybe you could incorporate this inaccurate globe into a ballet about globes? With a bunch of dancers dressed as globes doing pirouettes to simulate spinning. Yeah, that'd be really revolutionary. Another pun. This globe obviously has nothing to do with any key-shaped objects. What are the animals like on you, Big Planet? Are they hungry for treats? You assume so. Animals always want treats, even fake ones, assuming, unlike the poor animals in this room, that they are still alive. Even fake alive. How about we pog it? The best thing about this fake planet? No pogs. Ooh, excuse me. Oh yeah, probably no monsters either. Which used to be a thing you could have said about the real planet that you live on. Not anymore, apparently. Oh god, I got hiccups. You're 0 for 2, real planet. That's what happens when you hastily drink water and then start talking. Hang on, I'm gonna try to drink more water to settle it down. Alright. Anyway, we pogged it. We could try batterying it. It doesn't need batteries, but you get the feeling it might need something else. Or maybe you don't. It depends how much you heard, what you've been paying attention to, any number of things, really. You sprinkle the globe with spice. Uh-oh, inhabitants of this fake planet, how will you respond to this new shift in the global market for exotic spices? How will your now obsolete trade routes weather this prodigious miracle? And what of your spice-heavy investment portfolios? You better hope they were very flexible. There's a stock market joke to be made, since currently there's a whole thing about stock market being messed with. That's a light way of saying it, anyway. It's called an Alibre. I'm assuming the J is silent. A folk art monster from Oaxaca, Mexico. Yeah. Carved out of the wood of the copal tree. This little thing used to creep you out really bad until your babysitter suggested you learn more about it. You found out they're based on monsters an artist saw in his dreams, and ever since, he's seemed a lot more friendly. Maybe, since it's Spanish, maybe it's Elebrije. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, well, what if we tap on it? He's very fragile and culturally significant. You can't take any chances. Ballet? You imagine what it'd be like if this monster were real, dancing gracefully on the winds, with his spiny little leaf wings. Then you remember that there really are monsters flying around outside, and the whole flowery descriptions of monsters thing gets a lot less appealing. He does share its red and green coloring, kinda. Well, close enough. Close enough to raise questions? Not really. With those big ears and those wings, this little bat fella probably prefers mosquitoes and moths to pet treats. Although, according to the disclaimer on the back, these pet treats may contain insects, up to 0.01%. You don't like those odds, so no treat. Some Elebrije are made of brightly painted paper mache, although this one is made of wood. He's a little insulted that you'd think he'd care about pogs just because they're colorful and made of paper too. You get the feeling you should maybe step off. Batteries? Authentic folk art doesn't come with battery compartments, at least not the authentic folk art produced in the region of this particular piece's origins. And spice. This weird little guy is no stranger to spicy food, given the country of his origin. You said that as plainly as you could, because saying stuff like that sometimes makes you worry you're being racist. But you're pretty sure that's past mustard. Okay, that was a pun. Not a good one, but it was a pun. This is, Horus, you think? You're not up on your Egyptology. Why don't we tap dance on him? Horus doesn't look like he's in the mood for tap dancing. Ah, the grace of a bird and a god, that's you. Nope. These seem to be from different pantheons. He seems pretty dour, not really treat-friendly. There's not a big pog on its head. That's not a big pog on its head. You don't know what it is, but it's not that. Whatever powers this idol has, they don't seem to require batteries. Spice mix. Oryx doesn't care. You got nothing. Feel unqualified to comment on that mask. Let's see. This, whatever it is, depicts some heroes conversing with huge monsters. Do the monsters help them? Kill them? You prefer to imagine everybody gets out okay, but you know life is rarely that kind. Let's see. Like an ocean person with a, tentacle monster there. A, minotaur and a dagger-using person there. And then what appears to be a sphinx and another baby. Interesting. I can't go throwing random shit on them, so that's kind of nice for my throat here. Alright, the obvious thing is this deer. As if being dead wasn't bad enough, your paw replaced his eyes with some creepy glass orbs. The light refracted in their faceted stare gives you the creeps. But are you crazy, or is there some light reflecting off his antler too? Maybe it bears closer examination. Well, before we do, should you just jostle a bit? What's your deal, buckaroo? To leap as nimbly as a deer is the highest challenge of the art. An alive deer, you mean. This poor guy's seen nimbler days. What does this deer know about keys? You got any key secrets, deer? Didn't think so. Aw, jeez, you feel like a jerk. Why are you being so mean to him? You wish he really did have a key secret. You wish it so hard you believe it to be true.
Where are you hiding the key, you smug noble jerk?
Some treats? You beckon the deer forward with a tasty pet treat. He's incapable of resisting a temptation, but he's also incapable of movement, so he stays put. Stalemate. Pogs? Frozen in his posture of supreme dignity, the deer doesn't deign to notice you bugging him with garbage. This noble creature spurns your batteries. Look at that hoof, arched up all spurn-like. That's a spurning hoof if you've ever seen one. All the actual meat was removed from this poor fellow long ago. He's just fur on a frame. Alright, well, let's go ahead and examine closer. How do I examine closer? You've got some really old ashes in here and a couple of nearly disintegrated hunks of charred wood. Really? We do? Sounds like a sure way to get old ashes everywhere, including in your mouth. And also dirty up your tap shoes. Really a win-win. Or really not a win-win. I kind of read that too fast. There's just not room in there for you to maneuver. You try to plie in there and you'll be picking your teeth out of the inside of the chimney. Oh, it thinks I'm on the, Oh, it's... Okay, I was looking at this thing over above the, deer, and it really was just the fireplace. Got it. Okay. I think I tried that already. There you go. You don't want to get the old ashes all over your precious heirloom. It'd be especially difficult to get out of the grooves of the spiral. Burning pet trees for warmth? Not in a million years. Think of the poor pets who'd go untreated. Releasing the noxious vapors of burning pogs over the land might take a few monsters out, but unfortunately there's also Jude, your dog, Byers, and Jude's other pigeons to consider. Oh, yeah, your babysitter if she happens to return right now. Oh, and yourself! You always forget about yourself. Oh, so there's... Jude has pigeons. Good to know. That'd be a really inefficient way to release the energy stored in these batteries. Yeah, no burning batteries. Let's see, you've got some really old ashes in there, and a couple of nearly disintegrated hunks of charred wood. So yeah, it's pretty bland, but not really working with the best ingredients here. So no spicing up your chimney. Maybe it bears closer examination. What if I can't turn off the lights to do it? Oh, spin it! You spin the globe and watch the white beams rake across the surface of the globe. White beams. I know it has something to do with the eyes, but I'm not sure how I do it. It doesn't give me an option to look closer on it. Wait. It's right there, but I can't get the eye part to work. Oh, look. There's something odd about the antlers. Oh, here you go. You can't quite put a finger on it. Or can you? Maybe in a literal sense? What if I tap dance on the antlers? Itch a little bit. Maybe you could just kind of reach up. No need for a big leap. It's well within the reach of your bean-fingered grasp. Did your mom hopefully disapprove of stuff like this? Maybe that's why it's in the trophy room. There might be a nice gesture to this dear spirit to stick a treat in there, or it might be absurd. You're not really up on your Orthodox Servine burial sacraments. Like these pogs, could this antler be flipped somehow? Like how someone might flip a switch? Depending on what you may or may not already know, you frame these questions either as sincere eurekas or obsolete sarcasm at your own discretion. He's already done all the battering with those antlers that he'll ever do. Thinking about making some antler stew? Geez, times really have gotten lean around here. There's that sneeze. Excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and pull it. Whoa, that sure did something. Oh shit. She said something to him, but I didn't catch it. What thing? Over. I turned on a laser, but that's it? Nothing else is happening. Thought you were a puzzle master. Was wrong, it seems. Over. Hold on. Over. Believe this calls for burns. The gruff crime dog experiences trouble? Unbelievable. Over. Wait. Disregard previous burn. Superior burn formulated. Ace Ventura, pet detective. Please respond if ice required. Over. Pretty nice try, dork. Oh, thank you, Pager Rage. How you doing? Nice try, dork. Maybe if you were a real tactician, you'd manage to get your burns out on the first try instead of requesting do-overs. Pride wounded but unable to protest. Oh, Pager Rage, also thank you for the follow. Have an informed, mildly contentious banter cornerstone of squad camaraderie. Over. Yeah. Anyway, how am I supposed to solve this thing? This clearly a puzzle thing that cries out to be solved. Use marbles. Over. I'm thinking as hard as I can. You know I like puzzles. I wouldn't be asking if it warranted an emergency. Actual marbles. Over. What are you talking about? Trivial, really. Over. What marbles? I don't have any marbles. You don't? None nearby? Over? No! Oops. Over. You are now Jude Harley. And though tonight is apparently the night you've been preparing for, laying so many preparations and countermeasures and countermeasures against, it would seem that you have made a rare tactical blunder. The marbles that Joey needs to disengage your strategic defense globe are here in your treehouse. Time to call in the Lone Gunbirds. Alright, so we are Jude. I can't examine myself, apparently. Technical error. Consolidated all marbles here in treehouse to prevent added key from falling into wrong hands. Over. Additionally, forgot about doing that. Over. No cause for concern putting top agent on it. Over. Wait, who? Did you get in touch with one of your friends, or... Oh, God. Give me one of your pigeons, don't you? Over and out. When the heat is on from the government and you need to send in an encrypted message while staying off the grid, you entrust it to one of your trained carrier pigeons, the Lone Gunbirds. You survey the troops. There's Langley, Byers, and of course, Frohike. Or maybe Frohike. He's your favorite. Dear, sweet. I'm going to say Frohike because that sounds cooler. Frohike, how you adore him. You cherish the wind he flaps. Alright, well why don't we examine stuff around here? You dropped your favorite pair of binoculars when you were, retreating from the big serpent. These are actually your secondary, auxiliary, binoculars. Your Aux-Nox for short. Alright, what do we got here? Found near Hill, 1945, burning evidence. How far can this go before someone finds the truth? Yesterday, Jersey Devil released by 15%. Coincidence? Are they? What do they want? Examine these. 12 U.S. Congress members suspected of cult activity. Oh, those eyes are freaky. I don't know if he drew them in or not, but that's hilarious. Let's see. Yes. Unnatural fog? Excuse me. Yeah, unnatural frog, guys. But okay, let's click on it. Your careful records of the activity of the mysterious figures you often see prowling around in the woods. Joey didn't buy it, but the sudden influx of monsters may have changed her stance. Bro Hickey? Ah, that's how you say it, Page of Rage? I'll see if I can remember that, but I'm probably going to say Brohike anyway, just because it's funny to me. Alright, we got some tally marks. Your careful records of the activity of the mysterious figures you often see prowling around in the woods. Joey didn't buy... Oh, that's still the same. Never mind. I guess that's all there is to see here. Alright, so that was your some of your conspiracy stuff over here. Your copious notes on disreputable activities carried out by members of what you can only describe as some sort of cult. You've been surreptitiously gathering intelligence on them for a good while. You've detailed some of this stuff on your sites, but the really juicy stuff has to stay off the grid. A term you have just coined yourself just now. Let's see, that's the same... Ah, here we go. This thing! Talk about an enigma. One day you'll figure out what it does, and why certain shady characters want to get their hands on it so badly. You have some theories, of course. Huh. Oh, it looks like a robotic snake thing? I think there's some references to Homestuck in there, but it's a little too tiny on my screen. I'd have to go all the way up, I put my face up against the screen, and I don't really want to do that. President Clinton gives birth to Bigfoot, and Batboy spotted at Bar Mitzvah? Inside exclusive. Will he finally become Batman? Exclusive photos. Hillary knew. Okay, that makes me laugh a little bit. And whoa! Cover up. Strange figures spotted throughout parade footage. Okay, that's about all I can get. You keep smashing geos in case they're secretly alien eggs. And if one is, well, you already have the hammer in your hand, won't you? Oh, what's this? The perfect place to store your flares. Well, some of them. It's also where you keep your beeper, but you really don't want to get into that right now. Let's open it. You retrieve the cache of flares you were keeping in your metal chest. Combined with your flare gun, they're a tactical treasure. Oh, hey. Look at that nice empty pouch. You sure could put some stuff in that pouch. You place a yellow marble in the pouch. You place a blue marble in the pouch. A carrier pigeon couldn't possibly carry that much weight. Better stick with the 2 marbles. A carrier pigeon could... Wait. I thought the colors matter here, don't they? Yeah, I think it was supposed to be red and green, but... You do a quick visual inspection and confirm that it's 1 blue, 1 yellow. Wait, were those the right marble color? I didn't think so. On second thought, it doesn't feel right. Didn't you have a secret diagram prominently displayed somewhere to help you out with this exact problem? I'm pretty sure it's red and green, but let me double confirm. What's this? This stuff is all treasure, plain and simple. Only a few of those are actually liquids, and unfortunately those are also the ones whose contents you don't precisely exactly 100% remember with total certainty. You're not saying some of them are urine, or you're not saying none of them are urine. Heh. Makes sense, though. What's this? You're probably the only kid in school that owns one of these babies. what if those kids get stranded in the middle of the ocean? Then joke's on them until they starve and die. Let's see. Yep, there it is, right here. Yep, red and green, like I thought. Yeah, this is how you do it. You put the red and green in the cat eyes. The light from there will go on there, and then it opens it up. Got it. You've already committed this crucial intelligence to memory, but a truly great field commander keeps even better records. Okay. Anything else of note? Okay, let's go ahead and get him. Green, red. And that'll be it. Take the pouch with red and green marbles. I love the detail on this, too. Like, look, there's some cards. I think that's a reference to Problem Sleuth, possibly, but I'm not sure. You got pointy instead of Sharpie. Instead of Sharpies, that's kind of cool. A pocket knife. You got just so much. Something I can't read behind that. I don't feel like struggling right now. Tally marks. Nothing else of note. Oh, treasure and cat eyes. Okay. You know, it'd be a little too on the nose to put cat eyes in the cat's eyes, I guess. Let's see, what if I did this? It doesn't let me mess around with the environment with stuff. If you didn't have your marbles, you could, in a pinch, chisel out some crystals. Wait, this backup plan is terrible. It's like you've lost your marbles already. Fortunately, you haven't, since tactically sound contingencies seem to be thin on the ground this evening. Let me equip that while I'm thinking of it. The chamber is empty because you observe proper flare gun safety protocols, but maybe you should load it because you've also observed some scary stuff this evening. Ooh, look at this. Your tactical escape hatch allows ingress and egress from your amazing treehouse. Marbles? Revealing the existence of your secret escape hatch to dump the crucial marbles limply at the foot of the tree is not the worst plan you've ever had, but only because you once had a dream about setting your treehouse on fire so you could climb down it faster. If you were going to beat a fighting retreat, you sure as heck want to load your flare gun first. That's just lesson 1 on the first day of Tactics 101. Dropping lit flares down the hatch sounds like a good way to set the tree on fire, which would be a good defensive maneuver if your treehouse weren't attached to it. What other things? Oh yeah! The reflected flare light dancing in the geode makes some really fascinating colors, but you can't risk it inside the treehouse, and it's too crowded with monsters out there to have mineral jamboree right now. Later though. Later for sure. These bad boys are too cool to smash up with the butt of your unloaded flare gun, which is a real shame because that would be a classic tough guy move. Might show these monsters who's in command around here. Flare gun the liquids? You'll stick with flares for now, although if you could figure out how to weaponize a Venus flytrap, that would be pretty much unstoppable. Do you think you'll stick with the pouch? Jar would be pretty heavy for pigeons to carry, even one so expertly trained as yours. Flares go 2 places, your fireproof flare chest or your fire-starting flare gun. No middle ground, no surrender. What other stupid things can I do? Lantern. Oh, hey, a standard camping lantern. Your uses of it are hardly standard things, more like outstandard, i.e. great. What about this? This lantern runs on oil, not flares. That would be a pretty unorthodox lantern. You briefly chuckled at the unorthodoxy. Wait, the marbles are red and green, just like your 2 lanterns. This is all adding up. Wait, no. You got lanterns that were red and green on purpose to match the marble colors. Wow, you nearly did some conspiracy on your own actions because you didn't remember them right away. You might need to dial it back a little. Oh, there's the other one, too. This lantern cannot be used to load the flare gun, except to offer illumination as you carefully load the flares from your metal chest into the flare gun, meticulously observing all the standard safety protocols. Yeah, I can't observe that. We do have the birds. What if I flared the birds? A lit flare would scare the bejesus out of a pigeon, and you need a pigeon at the very peak of his courage. They make terrible ammo, except for very long distance shots, but the best they could hope for is to agitate the enemy, distracting them at a critical moment. When the heat is on from the government and you need to send an encrypted message while staying off the grid, you entrust it to one of your trained carrier pigeons, the lone gunbirds. You survey the troops. There's Langley, Byers, and of course Frohickey. Yeah, Frohickey, yeah. Dear sweet Frohickey, or Frohike, how you adopt him, how you adore him. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the right thing here. Pigeon, go! Dead pigeon.
Sorry for hold up. Unbelievable tragic disaster. Over.
Did you lose something else?
Must soldier on, making second attempt now. Over.
Alright. Are you sure you're...
Over. Over and out. Frohike. Frohike.
Frohike. I'm still gonna say Frohike, it just sounds cooler. Beautiful, sweet, precious, dear, darling, and ultimately fragile Frohike. You were too good for this rotten dark nightmare of a world. May the wings of chance and dream bear thee to thy rest on the white sandy shores of paradise. Frohike. Yeah, that doesn't do anything else. Alright, let's go get those marbles again. Take another pouch from the drawer and load it with another red marble and another green marble. Thank you for speeding that up. What if I gun that? Flare guns only shoot players. It's, well, it's right there in the name. They are very beautiful when they reflect intense light, as Joey will soon discover for herself. Oh, right, and also, a pouch with one red marble and one green marble. Just what Joey needs. Now get it to her. Empty, of course. You wouldn't keep it loaded. That would be incredibly dangerous. You keep the ammo in your fireproof metal chest. You know all this, of course. You're just kind of chatting to yourself in your head, keeping things loose. Those monsters are there to scare you into making a mistake, so your best defense is an upbeat attitude. Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the foe whom he is facing. Abraham Lincoln, God of War. Is that real? Huh. These babies are pretty effective on their own, but when you combine them with your flare gun, well, that's when they really shine. Anyway, let's go ahead and do number 2. Go, bird number 2. And bird number 2 goes far away.
Are you alright?
Betrayal. Over. Abandonment. Over. The lowest, vilest cowardice. Over.
Well...
Can't even communicate true degree of outrage. Over. Likely to jeopardize mission if emotion not suppressed. Over. Incoming. Over and out.
Alright. Go ahead, grab them again. Your hands are definitely not shaking as you pluck 2 more marbles from their safe, cozy compartments in the drawer and drop them into the depths of the pouch's waiting, leathery maw. Langley. Langley the coward. Langley the blackguard. Langley the unspeakable. 1,000 deaths. 1,000,000 deaths. An infinitude of deaths would not be enough. Langley warm-hearted. Langley bile-blood. Langley. You hate him with everything you are and you ever will be. Langley! Alright, so Langley's the asshole. Got it. A little nervous about this one? Ta-da! Yeah! Alright! 3rd time's the charm.
Success! Jeez, I'm Crow Byers, my boy. So brave, so true, so great. Over.
Are you actually just point blank losing your mind now? It would be maybe kind of a relief after years of build-up, but you could have picked a better night for it.
Mission accomplished! Byers, champion of champions, waiting for you in kitchen. Over.
Why?
Over. Oh, Byers has marbles required to acquire key. Over.
Alright, I guess that sort of makes sense.
New development. Byers being menaced. Please, hurry. Over.
What? Okay, I'm on it.
Hurry, please, Joey. He's all I have left. Over and out.
Oh, hey. That looks cool. Not only did your paw replace his deer's eye with creepy glass orbs, he installed some kind of antler-activated laser system on his head. This is exactly the kind of thing... we've done that already. Okay. Well, Byers is the last of them. Uh-oh. Strike. Let's go. Alright, first let's examine. Try to get his attention. Make some noise, or some light, or something, or that pigeon is done for. Anything else I can examine? Okay. First things first, let's do all the things that don't work. Too precious to weaponize, we know. Pogs. Pogs obviously are the answer. Flip the flap out. Flip skip. But yeah, we're gonna waste time here. Batteries, go! Charge! Metal luck next time. Spices. Cayenne, you hear me? No time for this. Try the food. Distractible, delectable. Distracted, delectable. Delectable disdain. Let's see here. Dance like nobody's watching. Success? I like that. It's probably the flashlight, by the way, but let's see. Tap dancing makes noise. Pardon me, boy. Can you give me a shine? Oh, it was that. Oh, he's still watching him. Rule him with daylight. You got his attention. What now? Try the food. Fresh start. Stalemate. Okay. I think it's the spice that's gonna do it. Tap dance on him. Step gingerly. I'm just doing a bunch of random stuff. 1,000 yard a stare. Opening night. Again, I'm just doing all the things just to get him to do it. Hand. Flashlight. Throw him with daylight. This will get his attention back on us. And then... yeah, go ahead. Just do the spice. Spice to meet you. I don't think there's anything else funny to do. Ah, too much spice. Mixed success. Awesome.
Joey, thank you for tactically brilliant seasonings murder. Byers has payload. Repeat, Byers has payload. Over.
Thanks. Do you know how I might even get him down? He seems pretty terrified.
Negative. Byers simply has unfortunate mercenary streak. Should respond to enticement. Over.
Are you proud of Pigeon?
Sounds like setup for a riddle, or perhaps joke. Over.
Bye, dude.
Over and out.
Can't examine that. Let's look at the window and see. It's actually more difficult to see through the window. Now it has a hole in it. Open? Well, it's pretty dang open due to it being broken. Anything else dumb? Looks like someone tapped this window already. Quite forcefully. It's the middle of November and you're already getting cold in here from the draft. Haha! You're already using all the grace and poise you have, just avoiding the shredding your feet on the broken glass now covering the kitchen floor. So if you were wondering how you were walking all over this glass without being hurt by it, stop wondering that. Mystery solved. I love going through all these options. Throw your precious heirloom through a broken window? Are you bonkers? Some toothy terror would make a meal of it in 2 shakes. Food. You hurl a pet treat through the broken window, intending to summon your faithful, sweet, beautiful dog. A bat-like monster or bat monster immediately swoops down and snatches it out of midair. Okay. Stay in the doghouse, buddy. Pogs, go! You hurl a pog through the broken window for no real reason in particular. The monsters don't care, and neither do you. This window's already been pretty badly battered. Haha. You're not exaggerating when you say you have no idea who's going to fix this. Spices, go! It's a filthy kitchen, and we have no food, but at least there's a gorgeous view. Yeah, thanks, monsters. And now that you've pocketed the spice mix, you must admit this kitchen has basically nothing to recommend itself. Alright, well, we did that. Let's take a look at buyers. Looks like all that fracas with the monster got him pretty shook up. You might have to find something here in the kitchen you could tempt him with. I assume it's something I have on me already, but maybe it's not. Either way, let's do some stupid things first. Try befriending him. As you do not have flight capability, the pigeon remains out of reach. Maybe he needs enticing. What do pigeons like? Well, first things first. They obviously love tap dancing, right? Nothing. You guess you already saw a fair bit of your fancy footwork when you were dealing with that monster. No response. Either that or he was completely enraptured by your elegance and grace. You prefer to believe the latter, but that doesn't really solve your problem. You need to tempt this little fellow with something bad. Something like garbage, but food. Oh, Pogs, of course. If Pogs are what it takes to get him off the fridge, he can stay up there. There's gotta be something else around here you'd be more into. Yeah, I know. No, he can't have it. He might fly off with it, and then immediately be eaten by a monster. And then there would be... where would you be, figuratively? And also, where would your precious heirloom be, literally? It's probably the yummy bit still, but again, drawing dumb stuff. The coy wink of the setting sun off the tip of the copper-tipped dynamo holds no interest for your feathery quarry or his mysterious parcel. He hungers for something else. Maybe something from the cupboard? You're just tossing ideas around here. Obviously it is. Okay, so it wasn't actually the food, so that's good to know. The pigeon just saw you kill that monster with this stuff. There's no way he'll go for it. Alright, we'll actually try this and see what it says. Oddly enough, you aren't sure these are safe for birds. After the violent strangled death of that monster, you're a little nervous about just feeding things to other things at random. Maybe there's something safer around here, like bread? Bread-like, at least. Alright, let's go see. Ah, a cracker! Polly want a cracker? The last bit of food here. All you can raid from this meager cabinet is the stalest, tiniest, worst cracker. Let's spice it up. The spice mix would probably make it taste better, but you're still not going to eat it. Heck, the spice mix would make cardboard taste better, but you're not going to eat that either. Battery cracker? That silly pigeon would probably prefer this cracker without a copper topping. Hey, more stale garbage. Today's totally, really looking up for you. What's that the kids say? Tubular? This is just tubular. You combine the stale cracker and Petrie's into a sadness bruschetta. Wow, things have gotten pretty bleak around here, huh? Maybe not that bleak, though. You separate the sadness bruschetta into its original ingredients. Both have ridges. That's about all you got right now. The agitated bird and recently asphyxiated monster are kind of hard to get out of your head. What other stupid things can I do here? You could stomp all over this cracker, or, you know, offer it to that hungry-looking cutie on the fridge. Up to you, really. If you're looking for a partner, you could probably do a lot worse than that little doofus on the fridge. He seems particularly interested in that stale cracker you picked up for whatever reason. Let's throw the cracker out the window. That's the best idea, right? You don't want to tempt any more flying monsters to come crashing through the window. You just have to kill them with spice mix too, and honestly, you're still wrestling with the implications of that, like, ethically. Also, it may have been a fluke. You'd rather not test it out if you don't have to. What other stupid things can I offer this with? Garbage. That'd probably be the best, wouldn't it? But if you started throwing things away just because they were garbage, why, you'd have to throw away most of the things you're carrying, really. How about the fridge? Stale crackers don't need to be refrigerated. It's too late for them. Freshness retreats infinitely. Always already lost. You fax the stale cracker to a random number. Or rather, you fax a black and white image of the stale cracker to a random number. The stale cracker stays where it is, that is to say, in your possession. Boy, you're just really thrilled about all this. Stale cracker and the oily, hardened remains of some takeout food you don't remember exactly when? It must be your birthday. It's not, though. It's not your birthday. Nice try. What other dumb things? Eating a stale cracker off a dirty dish seems like something you only do after you've been living alone for a while. Or you're a pigeon. You know, technically, wouldn't stale food here be tempting for him too? I don't know. What other thing could I do that's useless with a cracker here? Dog food and a stale cracker. It's, wow. Things got depressing pretty quick around here, huh? You guess that monster dying was kind of the canary in the mine shaft that the gritty grimness factor of your adventure was about to kick into high gear. Cracker for the pet? Dude's pet isn't, a vegetarian. Yeah, okay, it's definitely a snake. Cracker for mummy? Oh, sadly when this guy was mummified, he probably had all his digestive organs removed. He couldn't handle some warm soybeans in cold water, let alone this dry, dusty crunch square. Alright, I think that's all the dumb things I could try. We already did that. I could technically go around the house with this cracker. I'm not going to, but I just want to point out that is an option. Oh, wait, there is one other thing I could do with the cracker. Two things, actually. The door. Opening the door to throw a cracker outside would probably result in your losing that pigeon, which you're pretty sure you need. Just look at that little fella. You go wild for this cracker, you could tell. You consider luring a monster into your kitchen using a crummy old cracker, but you can't count on the next one being so utterly vulnerable to magic spice mix. You can't count on much in this world if you're being honest with yourself. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and finally do the right thing here and offer the damn cracker. Success! This little fellow, Byers, you think? Yes, you're pretty sure. This is Byers. Gobbles down the stale cracker as you tuck him into your pocket. He's got a little parcel around your neck, which you're fine with letting him hold on to until you actually figure out what you're supposed to do with it. Alright, voice time.
Okay, got the marbles. Do you want me to send the pigeon back?
No! Over.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to shout. Just worried. Please protect Byers. His chances of surviving return trip very remote. Over.
Okay, yeah, good point. Seems pretty dicey out there.
Affirmative. Over.
I'll just use these marbles or whatever then. I'll let you know how it goes.
Affirmative. Good luck, sis. Over and out.
Awesome. Alright, and I'm afraid, guys, with that, I am going to end the stream here for two reasons. One, my throat's kind of killing me. All these voices do it. I normally do 3.5 hours, but yeah, doing a lot of voices rapidly and narration definitely tires out your throat. So I'm going to end the stream here for that reason mainly. The other reason is I really have to pee, and since I have 20 minutes left, it's kind of like go pee, then do like 5 minutes left or something. Like, it seems weird. So, two very good reasons right now. I'm kind of dancing. So, thank you guys for watching. I am going to be on tomorrow night. It will be for Kenshi, though. We're not going to be playing this game tomorrow. Just letting you know. Next time we play more Hive Swap will be this Wednesday around the same time. So, look forward to it then. Have a good night. You too, Page Rage. Page of Rage. Have a good night, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.